meeting of 253rd meeting of Tamizhootru Chennai Solvendargal Mandram and 269th meeting of Trichy Toastmasters Club. At Toastmasters International, we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders with core values such as integrity, respect, service, and excellence. The Toastmaster International vision is to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high value, experimental communication and leadership skills development. We at Toastmasters Club provide a supportive and positive learning in which members are empowered to develop communication skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Following are the basic etiquettes that we shall adhere to for smooth proceeding of the meeting. Mobile phones shall be kept on silent mode. Microphones shall remain turned off. It can be turned on when it's your turn to speak. Cameras are suggested to be kept on for an engaging ambience. Avoid unnecessary exiting and entering into the meeting. Toastmaster does not entertain speeches related to religion, sex, and politics. Hence, let's steer clear from such topics. I now hand over this session to the presiding officer of Trichy Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Ellen.
Thank you, Madam SA Toastmaster Priyadashni. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Toastmaster Ilanjilian, the president of the Trichy Toastmasters Club, the today's presiding officer. The power presiding with me, I would like to call to order 253rd meeting of Tamizhootru Chennai Solvendargal Mandram and 269th meeting of Trichy Toastmasters Club to open. I'm so excited to see you, Tamizhootru Chennai Solvendargal Mandram Club. This is our second joint meeting with you. So we already met one time last year, and I'm so happy to see you again in this year. And thanks for the opportunity, DTM Sukandi, for the great idea. And I mean, always give a great idea. Great. I'm just checking whether we have any guests today. So far, we don't have any guest. So TMOD, make sure if some guests joined later, please provide some time to them to introduce themselves. Without delaying, I would like to introduce the TMOD. He's a well-known person, software engineer by profession, and the VPPR of Trichy Toastmasters Club. There is no limit for creativity, which is suit for him because his flyer is always creative and innovative. To me, he is the fitness king. He took up a 100-day challenge for running 5 kilometers, and he is always inspiring me. I would like to welcome the TMOD, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, President. Good evening, Toastmasters. Today, I'm going to do the role of Toastmaster of the day. As we have no guest, I know I don't need to explain my role. I just introduce the theme for today. This or that. What does this mean? This or that. So I choose this theme. On my perspective, this is mean like life decisions. Whatever we do, we have a choice on our own way. The food we eat, the daily activities, the characters, our career, we always have a choice. What we have to do, this or that. Toastmasters or non-Toastmasters, jogging or sleeping, tea or juice, friend or lover. Whatever, we have always a choice, and we choose our path to live our own life. In this theme, I'm not going to tell you how to make your decisions or what are the best ways to do or suggestions. No, I'm just going to show you an unexplored path or an important decision that we have never thought of or never spent on time to which one to choose, even though that is an important decision in our life. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to say you stories and give you hint at the end of the story, and in that you can guess it out what it is, and finally I will open up what is that important decision that we have never took it important in our life. Before that, I like to call the general evaluator for today. The two best decisions that he has taken in his life is joining Toastmasters and deciding to be a part of the founder group of Tamizhootru. Over to the general evaluator, DTM Venkatesan, to introduce his tag team.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். அனைவருக்கும் நான் பேசுவது கேட்கிறதா? நான் தெரிகிறேனா? நன்றி. ஒரே நிமிடம், என்னுடைய தலைகளாகிவிட்டேன் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். நான் தமிழ்நாட்டு மன்றத்தை சேர்ந்த ஒரு உறுப்பினர் என்பதால் தமிழில் பேசுவதை மிகவும் அதிகம் விரும்புகிறேன். இன்றைய கூட்டத்தின் பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளர் நான், அதாவது நான் ஜெனரல் இவாலுவேட்டர். பொது மதிப்பீடு என்பது சொல்வேந்தர் மன்றங்களுக்கே உரிய ஒரு சிறப்பு பகுதி என்று சொல்லலாம். வேறு எந்த மன்றங்களிலும் நீங்கள் சென்று பேசினால் உங்கள் பேச்சை கேட்டுவிட்டு கைத்தட்டி அனுப்பிவிடுவார்கள். ஆனால் சொல்வேந்தர் மன்றங்களில் மட்டும்தான் நீங்கள் பேசினால் நீங்கள் எப்படி பேசினீர்கள், உங்கள் பேச்சை எவ்வாறு மேலும் மேம்படுத்தலாம் போன்ற பல நல்ல மதிப்பீடுகளை வழங்குவார்கள். ஆகவே சொல்வேந்தர் மன்றம் என்பது ஒரு சிறப்பு வாய்ந்த மன்றம். அந்த சிறப்பு வாய்ந்த ஒரு மன்றத்தின் சிறப்பு பகுதி என்பதுதான் இந்த பொது மதிப்பீடு என்பது. இது ஒரு பொதுப்பீட்டு பகுதி, ஒரு சிறிய அறிமுகம். பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளராக என்னுடைய பணி இந்த கூட்டத்தை முதலில் இருந்து மதிப்பீடு செய்வது. இதை நான் தனியாக செய்ய போவதில்லை. நான் அஜித்குமார் போல என் பின்னாடியே ஒரு கூட்டம் இருக்கும் எப்பொழுதுமே. என்னிடம் 2 குழுக்கள் இருக்கிறது. ஒரு குழு இந்த கூட்டம் எப்படி நடந்தது என்பதை ஆய்வு செய்து அறிக்கையை சமர்ப்பிக்கும். இன்னொரு குழு இன்று பேச போகும் பேச்சாளர்கள் எப்படி பேசினார்கள் என்பதை அறிந்து அவர்களுடைய மதிப்பீடுகளை வழங்குவார்கள். இப்பொழுது முதலில் நான் முதல் குழுவை அழைக்க விரும்புகிறேன். முதலாவதாக நம்மிடையே இன்று நேர காப்பாளராக பணியாற்ற இருப்பவர், நேர காப்பாளர் என்றால் ஆங்கிலத்தில் டைமர். நேரத்தின் அருமை நமக்கு எல்லோருக்கும் புரியும். இன்றைய நேர காப்பாளராக பணிபுரிய இருக்கவர் டிடிஎம் செல்வன் அவர்கள். இவர் தமிழ்நாட்டு மன்றத்தின் உறுப்பினர். அவரிடம் நான் கேட்டேன், நீங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் எடுத்த மிக முக்கியமான முடிவு எது என்று கேட்டேன். அதற்கு அவர் சொல்லியிருந்தார், எந்த முடிவு எடுத்தாலும் என்ன நடந்தாலும் பார்த்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு தெளிவு வந்தது பாத்தீங்களா, அந்த முடிவு தான் சிறந்த முடிவுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். ஆகவே நாம் இப்பொழுது டிடிஎம் செல்வன் அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைப்போம். செல்வன், மேடை உங்களுடைய.
Thank you, DTM sir. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. As a timer for today's meeting, I am going to time every speaker and role player, and I am going to show the time limit with the cards. At the initial time limit, the green card. Can you see the card?
Yes.
At the intermediate time limit, yellow card. And at the final time limit, red card. I'm sorry, it's not showing correctly. When called upon by the general evaluator, I will file the complete report. Back to general evaluator.
நன்றி நேர காப்பாளர் அவர்களே. இவ்வளவு நேரம் நாம் தலைகீழாக நின்று பேசிக் கொண்டிருந்தேன் நினைக்கிறேன். நன்றி சுகந்தி அதை அறிவித்ததற்கு. பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளர் பணியும் கூட தலைகீழாக நின்று செய்யும் பணி என்றுதான் நினைக்கிறேன். அந்த அளவுக்கு முதலில் இருந்து கடைசி வரை கண்காணித்துக் கொண்டே இருக்க வேண்டும். இப்பொழுது நாம் நேர காப்பாளரை பற்றி பார்த்தோம். அடுத்தது நம்மிடையே இருப்பவர் அசைக்கொல்லி, அதாவது ஆங்கிலத்தில் அவரை ஆ கவுண்டர் என்று அழைப்போம். அசை என்றால் தேவையற்ற ஒலிகள், சொற்கள், இவைகள் நம் பேச்சும் பேசில் நாம் சொல்ல வந்த கருத்தை பார்வையாளர்களிடம் சேரவிடாமல் தடுக்கும். ஆகவே அத்தகைய சொற்களை நாம் தவிர்க்க வேண்டும். அத்தகைய சொற்களை நாம் பயன்படுத்துகிறோமா என்று கண்டறிந்து நமக்கு வழங்க இருப்பவர் டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர் பிரியன் அவர்கள். அவரை இப்பொழுது நாம் மேடைக்கு அழைப்போம். பிரியன், மேடை உங்களுடைய.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today I am in the role of R counter. I will be listening of the R's, fillers, that is nothing but a repetition words and pauses people often use unknowingly. As General Evaluator said, to be a good speaker, we have to avoid those fillers as it makes the speech less interesting and break the conversation. So I'll keep track of them and let you know the report at the end of the meeting. That's all. Over to you, General Evaluator.
நன்றி அசைக்கொல்லி சொல்வேந்தர் பிரியன் அவர்களே. மூன்றாவதாக இலக்கணவாணர், ஆங்கிலத்தில் கிராமேரியன் என்று சொல்லலாம். இலக்கணவாணரின் பணி நாம் பயன்படுத்தும் மொழி அது ஆங்கிலமாகவும் இருக்கலாம், தமிழாகவும் இருக்கலாம். அது நல்ல தரமான சொற்களை கொண்டதாக இருந்ததா, இலக்கண ரீதியாக அதில் எதுவும் பிழை இருக்கிறதா என்பதை கூர்ந்து கேட்டு நமக்கு மதிப்பீடுகளை வழங்குவது இவருடைய பணி. இன்றைய கூட்டத்தின் இலக்கணவாணராக பணிபுரிய இருப்பவர் சொல்வேந்தர் ராகவன் அவர்கள். இவரும் ட்ரிச்சி டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர்ஸ் மன்றத்தை சேர்ந்த ஒரு உறுப்பினர். அவரிடம் நான் கேட்டேன். அவரை பற்றி சொல்லும்பொழுது அவர் ஒரு ரிவால்வர் என்று சொல்லியிருந்தார். மேலும் அவர் ஒரு போயட், அதாவது ஒரு கவிதை புனைபவர் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். ராகவன், மேடை உங்களுடையது. உங்களுடைய பணியின் நோக்கங்களை நீங்கள் தெரிவிக்கலாம்.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Since me being the grammarian for today's meeting, I feel this to be my responsibility to scan the usage of appropriate words and sentences. I'll take note of exceptions and also highlight quality usage of words. Well, with the same duty, going forward, let me introduce the word of the day. Word of the day for today's meeting is eudaimonia, which has its origin in the Greek Aristotelian ethics and means to be the condition of human flourishing or living well. With that said, a small usage of the word would be, ancient Greek ethics is eudaemonist because it links virtue and eudaimonia, where eudaimonia refers to an individual's well-being. Everyone in this meeting is encouraged to use the word of the day wherever possible, both verbally and in chat box. So when the general evaluator calls me, my report shall be presented. Over to you, general evaluator.
நன்றி சொல்வேந்தர் ராகவன் அவர்களே. அந்த இந்த கூட்டத்தின் சொல் ஆன யுடோமியா என்பதன் தமிழாக்கத்தையும் நீங்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கலாம். உங்களுக்கு சில மணித்துறைகள் இருக்கின்றன. நாம் அடுத்த பணியாளரை பார்த்து விட்டு வருவதற்குள் உங்களால் முடிந்தால் எடுத்து வைங்கள். அதற்கு அப்படி இல்லை என்றால் நான் உங்களுக்கு உதவுகிறேன். கடைசியாக நமது குழுவில் இருப்பவர், அவரை லிசனர் என்று ஆங்கிலத்தில் குறிப்பிடலாம். இவர் கூர்ந்து கவனிப்பவர். இந்த பணியை இன்று செய்யவிருப்பவர் சொல்வேந்தர் அஸ்வின் அவர்கள். அஸ்வின், மேடை உங்களுடையது. உங்களுடைய பணியை பற்றி குறிப்பிடுங்கள்.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். அஸ்வினுக்கு பதிலாக டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர் லதா இந்த பங்கை எடுத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். இன்றைய கூட்டத்தில் நான் லிசனர், கவனிப்பவராக இருக்கிறேன். இன்றைய கூட்டம் முழுவதும் நடக்கும் நடைமுறைகளை அனைவரும் மிகவும் விழிப்புடன் கவனிக்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். இந்த கூட்டத்தின் இறுதியில் மீண்டும் உங்கள் முன் வந்து நான் கேட்கும் சில கேள்விகளுக்கு உங்களிடம் சரியான பதிலை எதிர்பார்ப்பேன். இந்த கூட்டம் முழுவதும் எவ்வளவு கூர்மையுடன் இருக்கிறோம் என்பதை இதன் மூலம் நான் உறுதி செய்யலாம். மீண்டும் வருவேன். வணக்கம்.
நன்றி சொல்வேந்தர் லதா அவர்களே. இதுதான் என்னுடைய குழு. இந்த குழுவுடன் நான் இணைந்து இந்த கூட்டத்தை மதிப்பீடு செய்வோம். கூட்டத்தின் இறுதியில் இந்த கூட்டத்தின் நெறியாளர் எங்களை அழைக்கும் போது மீண்டும் மேடைக்கு வருவோம். மீண்டும் மேடையை நெறியாளரிடம் ஒப்படைக்கிறேன்.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Next, we are moving on to the prepared speeches for today. The first speaker for today is Toastmaster Priyadarshini. I like to call the evaluator of Toastmaster Priyadarshini, DTM Sampath, to give the purpose statement for her project. Over to DTM Sampath.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Yes.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster friends from Trichy and Chennai and whoever is a guest today. Today, I shall be evaluating the speech as given by Toastmaster Priyadarshini. The speech is the second project component of every part, including the persuasive influence part. The speech project title is Evaluation and Feedback. This speech is the second speech where improvement is displayed based on the previous feedback. The purpose statement says, purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. Good luck to the speaker and great listening to all of us. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Sampath. I like to call the speaker Toastmaster Priyadarshini. Before that, her two best decision of her life is not taking up engineering for her bachelor's and taking up 30 days challenge that is organized by our club, Trichy Toastmasters. Toastmaster Priyadarshini, mending minds, Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. How many of you remember my last speech? No one. That's good, because that speech was quite embarrassing. Anyway, let me sum it up my previous speech to you all. I spoke about mental health. I stated about the lack of mental health awareness prevailing in our society, and I also shared my own personal struggle with mental health. But the main element which I couldn't convey through my previous speech was the solution. Solution on how to create awareness regarding mental health and how one can overcome several mental health issues. Let me start with the first half of my speech, that is how to create awareness. Mental health awareness starts from our home. It's the duty of the parents to listen to their child's part of the story before jumping to any conclusion. Such negligence can affect them in the future. It's also the parents' duty to understand that each child is different and we cannot compare each one of them. This affects the children in future who might develop severe inferiority complexes. So the parents should create a positive and healthy environment around their children. Only when there is an understanding about mental health at home, we can aim to spread this positive environment throughout our society. Although the general perception of mental illness has improved over the past decades, studies show that stigma against mental health is still powerful, largely due to media stereotypes and lack of education. And that people tend to attach negative stigmas around mental health conditions at a far higher rate than any other disabilities or disorders. Advocating within a circle of influence helps ensure that these individuals have the same rights and opportunities just as any of us from our community. Now coming to the most important step, how can one overcome mental health issues? Before we jump into solution, analyzation of severity of mental health is equally important. Generally, if a person in his early stage facing some mental health issues, they can be given counseling and self-motivation would do the job. He would be aware of his abnormal behavior and he would be able to overcome it. And to an extent, he would also be able to stick to the procedure and wouldn't need that much of a push or a motivation. But people with severe issues who cannot take any sort of initiative would need a lot of help. Such people would need a lot of attention and need to be pampered to show that the person is very significant and their life is just important as any others. He would not be in a position to identify himself, that it would rather need to be identified by his close circuit. He would support from family, a lot of care and affection would make it easy for the person to undergo this difficult situation in his life. A serene environment at home is equally essential. Even if he or she had a bad day at work, college, or school, he would have a place to find some solace. As I stated in my previous speech, that I myself am a person who suffers from OCD, which is that I like to keep my surroundings perfect and I get stressed if anything around me doesn't go the way I intended it to be. Even though this is small and nothing compared to other mental health issues, still this does impact me in my day-to-day activities. So instead of worrying and stressing about it, I started taking measures in order to better myself. So here are the few things that worked out for me and can help you as well if you are in the same journey as me. First, connecting. Developing relationships with friends, family, colleagues, and neighbors, as these connections support you and enrich your life. For me, Toastmasters is one such platform where I connect with people every week who appreciate me, encourage me, and guide me to be a better version of myself. Take notice. Be aware of the world around you and see the beauty in everyday and unusual things, and try to reflect them on to appreciate on what matters to you. Learn. Try something new or rediscover your old hobbies or old interests, or take on a new responsibility or a new challenge. Learning inspires you to be more confident on yourself. Give. Do something for a friend or a stranger and see yourself and your happiness linked to the wider community. Stay active. Regular physical activities improve one's mood, helps them relieve their stress, and increases feelings of well-being. Try going on for a walk, jogging, or dancing, or any sort of physical activity that you enjoy. Ask a friend or a family member to tag along with you so that it would be much more of a boost for you and would be much more motivating to you. Identify what may be causing you this stress. Determine what steps you can take in order to reduce these stressors, such as changing schedule, lifestyle, using self-relaxation techniques, and setting realistic goals for yourself. I myself practice journaling every day, in which I write down all the things that happened to me throughout the day and the things that didn't go as it planned to be. Talk to someone you can trust, such as a parent, doctor, your friend, teacher, counselor, or an assistant. Some people find that sharing their feelings with someone they trust and who recognize the pain that the person is going through helps them feel much, much, much better. And my personal favorite is taking a time off your busy schedule and having a me time for yourself. During this me time, I try to rediscover my passion and hobbies and stuff that I used to enjoy before. I also entertain myself during this time by watching cartoons, reading the old books that I used to enjoy when I was a child, and just glancing through albums. And I must say, this has improved a lot, both mentally and emotionally, and made me much more stronger. So I would all recommend each one of you to have a me time with you at least once a month to feel more connected with yourself and to feel much more energized. I would like to conclude my speech by quoting that embrace the lows like it's a natural cycle. Life isn't just about a linear, it's of a cycle. There's a season and time for everything. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I now hand over this session to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster P. Rishni, for a lot of solutions for this mental health. So my personal solution for the mental health is I'll go to my grandfather's home and I'll talk with him. He'll tell his stories. I'll tell him my stories. That's the best way I used to take it away, the mental health. Moving on to the next speaker is DTM Patabi, whose evaluator is Toastmaster Bharat. I like to call the Toastmaster Bharat to give the purpose statement for the speaker, DTM Patabi. Over to.
Thanks, Kali. Good evening, Toastmasters and friends. Actually, today I'm elated and privileged to evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Patabiram. Let us say his speech details. He's currently doing his pathways, team collaboration, level 3 project 4, successful collaboration. The title of the project is Corroborate, Elaborate, Collaborate. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose statement states the project is for the member to be introduced or to review strategies for working in a collaborative group. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or experience practicing collaboration with a small team. So this is about the purpose statement. I wish best of luck to DTM Patabiram sir. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. DTM Patabi. Corroborate, elaborate, collaborate. Corroborate, elaborate, collaborate. DTM Patabi. Over to you.
Before I speak, I am privileged to show a few slides. Therefore, I am sharing my screen. TMOD, please tell me, the slide is visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
All right. Here is start. 1983, One-Day International World Cup Finals, June 23, 1983 at Lord's, England. India was bundled out for a paltry score of 183 runs from 55 overs by the mighty West Indies. Those days, one-day international matches were of 60 overs basis. Team India's spirit and enthusiasm was dampened and was pushed into a vortex of impossible mindset. There came the leader KD, the Kapil Dev. Team India, I know this is not a winning score against the formidable West Indies, but it is a defending score. Let us fight. Let us stay together, play together, and slay together. SLAY. We have the bowling talent and the fielding talent. Let us collectively contribute. The Team India established a synergistic collaboration of bowling, fielding, catching, and wicket keeping. The catch taken by KD, the Kapil Dev, was the height of commitment. The victory against the mighty West Indies was a fitting illustration of the philosophy of collaboration. Since the beginning of our civilization, people have collaborated to align, design, work, and solve problems. Collaboration is the ability to participate willingly and contribute productively forward toward a common goal. When teams work together, they accomplish more. Collaboration with a team is the primary method for conversing, understanding, caring, sharing, motivating, delegating, and completing the projects to accomplish a common goal. As a leader, it is important for me to know my skills and abilities so that I can help my team members to recognize their strengths. I must also help my members to look at their experience through a broader lens. A fully collaborative environment demands a defined leader and established roles for every member of the team. Tasks are assigned based on the individual's competency and the person's willingness to accomplish the assignment. This is the philosophy behind collaboration process. Let us look at some of the collaboration characteristics. I have 8 characteristics here: clear vision, openness, discussion, meaning, communication, mutual trust, active listening, creative conflicts, then commitment, feedback, and motivation. Clear vision is the anchor point of any strategic plan. It outlines the constancy of purpose to an individual and the organization. Vision needs to be short, simple, and specific to the business operation. Openness tends to be intellectually curious, creative, and imaginative. Openness promotes empathy. Communication is fundamental to the existence and survival of humans as well as an organization. It is a process of creating, sharing ideas, information, views, feelings from one person or group to another. Communication is the key to effective collaboration. Communication is a vital management component to any organization. Trust is a belief in myself. Respect is a trust in action. A relationship is based on trust, and respect requires every team member to take responsibility for their action. Trust binds us and bonds us strongly. Active listening builds trust and strong relationship. Active listening helps us to resolve conflict. Active listening enables us to identify or anticipate problems. Conflict is healthy. It's an opportunity in workman's clothes. It increases awareness of problems that exist and provides a reason for finding a better way forward. When conflict is valued, it encourages an environment where change is seen as positive. Commitment is one of the values that underpin strong and mutually beneficial relationship. People who value commitments are highly skilled in managing relationship, especially in the area of interpersonal effectiveness, building bonds, team participation, and conflict management. Feedback completes the process of communication. Feedback works as a strong tool of SWOT analysis. The results of the analysis motivate the team members to maximize involvement, participation, and productivity. Minds diffusing team game. This is a team game involving collaboration. This involves clear vision, listening, communication, understanding, motivation. The game aims at maximizing the team score by diffusing the minds collectively just in 120 seconds. This game I had played, and I have exposed my trainee to this game in my training on high performance team function exercise. When you play this game collaboratively, you can experience a high degree of eudaimonic satisfaction.
Hello, sir.
Now I propose 8 ways of collaboration. I'm playing on the words: educate, communicate, relate, dedicate, delegate, participate, motivate, and appreciate. Here is my signature style of high performance team function attributes. I educate and continue to educate myself. I communicate to my team these educational values. I relate to build a smooth relationship. When I dedicate, I am able to convey my sense of commitment and seek the sense of commitment from my team members. While I delegate the right task to the right person, I also willingly participate with them in task execution. Sometimes some hurdles may dampen the spirit and enthusiasm of team members. I motivate, inspire, and persuade them to action. It is important to appreciate and celebrate the project accomplishment. So this is a beautiful formula I prescribe to you. If you like it, you can follow it. Therefore, I corroborate my content. I elaborate it to team members, and also I collaborate with them for an efficient, effective, and elegant task execution. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was an awesome presentation, DTM Patavi. Thank you for a
welcome
explanation for a teamwork. I get back to the 93 movie. Thanks for that caption. Next, we are moving on to the keynote speaker for today, Rama Palaniyappan. He is an author of the book Zero EMI, Unlock Your Financial Freedom. And he is a keynote speaker with over 15 years of industrial experience as a banker and IT program manager. And he is passionate about speaking of various personal financial topics. And he was one of the founding member of Professional Speaker Association of India, PSAI, an association of Global Speakers Federation, and academically he holds the MBA in International Business. He's going to speak on the pathway of financial freedom. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Good evening, Tamizhootru Toastmasters and Trichy Toastmasters. Glad to be here. What is financial freedom to you? Can someone help me with an answer?
Getting rid of our debts.
Okay, hi Venkat, yeah. Any other answers?
No borrowing.
No
Yes,
borrowing.
not that I earn more, spend more, and save more, but I say I don't need any more. That is financial freedom.
Okay, thank you. It sounded like you're saying eight ways of collaboration, kind of. It was a lengthy answer, but no good one. Thank you. Anything else? Any other answers? Any other thoughts? A lot of known faces here.
Living with bank balance.
Sorry, with bank balance. What is that you said? Sorry, can you come again?
Living with the bank balance.
Oh, living with the bank balances. Yeah, absolutely. So I used to ask this question every time when I begin to speak, especially about financial freedom. Whenever I speak about financial freedom, I ask this. Many interesting answers come out, like, like Venkat said, living out of debt, DTM Pattabhiraman's answers, and living with bank balances, quitting 9-to-5 job, not dependent on anyone, not working anymore, having enough money without working, being completely debt-free, or maybe retiring early, planning for the future. All of these are some of the definitions people give themselves to financial freedom. But what exactly is financial freedom? All of them are more or less close answers. I'm not saying they are wrong answers, but more or less close answers. I'm trying to bring an understanding about financial freedom. So Tony Robbins said, working because you want to, not because you have to. I repeat, working because you want to, not because you have to, is financial freedom. So in my own words, financial freedom is zero worries about money. That's it. There should not be any worry about money. I have personally realized that it's not about quitting 9-to-5 job. I still work in a 9-to-5 job. It's more about having the ability to make choices, be it career, be it buying a house, be it taking a vacation, be it doing nothing. If your decisions are not driven by money, then you are financially independent. Don't worry if you're not financially independent now. Like many people maybe started thinking, okay, am I? But don't worry if you're not. But the good news is that every one of you can achieve financial freedom. There are certain steps that you need to follow. There are certain levels that you need to cross, like what we have in the Toastmasters pathways to become financial freedom. So let's see one by one. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see one by one. Hope everyone is able to see my screen. A thumbs up, Toastmaster.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Thank you. That helps. The first one, if you don't know where you're going, you will end up someplace else, said Yogi Berra. He is one of the American baseball players. Goals provides you a direction. And financial goals helps you to achieve what you want to achieve in terms of money. Each one of us will have milestones in our lives, celebrations in our life. And each milestone and celebrations invite a lot of expenses, isn't it? Then it is not wise to plan for them. Of course, you must plan for your big ticket expenses. Be it higher education for your children, be it their marriage, be it buying a new house, be it buying a new car, be it starting a new business. You must plan. Now pause and think, what are your big ticket expenses? List them down. How much money you need, by when do you need? Do you need it now? Do you need it in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? When do you need? These details firm up your goals and gives you a clear direction. For example, I will create an emergency corpus of 2 lakh rupees on or before December 31st, 2022 by parking 20,000 rupees every month. This is an example goal statement. This goal statement is specific to creating an emergency fund. It says by when you want this to be created, December 31st, 2022, and it gives you a clear action plan of saving 20,000 rupees every month. You're most likely to achieve this goal because it has all the ingredients of a goal. Set your financial goals also in this manner so that you capture all the important nuances, like when do you need this money, why do you need the money, how much you need, how are you going to achieve this. That will help you to give you a direction to achieve your financial goals. Please remember that if you don't know where you're going, you will end up someplace else. Now, the second level, know your net worth. Imagine that you have decided to go on a journey. You know where to go. For example, I want to meet DTM Suganti, and I know then I have to go to Salem to meet her. But if I don't know where I am, will I be able to even start my journey? No. Similarly, in your financial journey, financial goals are your destination, the first level which we saw. You know where to go, but do you know where you are? We all think that we know where we are. That is seldom true. I'm brutally honest. Knowing your net worth, your current situation is the starting point in your financial journey. How do you calculate your net worth? It is very simple. Take a piece of paper, write down your assets and liabilities. Let me give you a few examples of assets and liabilities so that you get a fair idea. You can also look at the screen now. You're able to see the screen, right, where it speaks about how to calculate net worth. I have changed the slides. Okay, I assume that you're able to see. Please flag me if you're not able to see the screen. Now, how do you calculate your net worth? It's very simple. Take a piece of paper, write down your assets and liabilities. Let me give you a few examples. Like, these are some of the things that you read from the screen here. Your house, gold, jewels, cash in hand, car, bike, stock investments, or some examples of our assets. On the other hand, your loans to be repaid, car loans, education loans, credit card debt, money borrowed from your friends and relatives, all of that. Or your liabilities. Once written down, simply subtract your liabilities from assets. If you get a positive number, then your assets are more than your liability. This is an ideal situation. Knowing your net worth will help you to understand your current situation. This step is going to supplement your financial goals, the level above. Only when you know from where to start, you can begin a fruitful and fair and far journey. Now, 3. One second. I'm actually having a difficulty in, I'm stopping screen sharing and again going to start my screen share. While I'm bringing my screen, the third level is to reduce your debts, what most people said. Let me again start sharing. Sorry about it. The screen actually threw me away. Are you able to see my screen, Toastmaster Karthik?
Yes.
Okay. So now debt-free. And this is my favorite, by the way. Many people have asked me why become debt-free. My simple answer to them is, you are a prisoner when you are in debt. You become free only when you are out of debt. Just imagine someone in a prison. His or her life decisions are very limited. There is no freedom to take decisions and enjoy life to the fullest. Whereas a person who is free can take decisions at will and enjoy life to the fullest. One day, one of my friends called me. So he spoke to me in a very abnormal tone. He was fumbling. He spoke with a lot of fear. He told me that he was fired by his company. He was shocked, scared, and shattered because he has huge EMIs to be paid. He did not have a clue about how to manage the loan repayments. Being a friend, I know that he had a very tough boss. His job role was not something he liked. There was also workload overload. Despite all of these, he stuck to the job just to repay his EMIs. He lived as a prisoner to his EMIs. Now that job is gone. From next month, he will not get his salary. However, he has to pay his EMIs. This is a terrific situation, isn't it? If there are no loans to be paid, then he would have not been scared of the layoff. Being debt-free will help one to avoid unnecessary stress. The first speaker spoke about mental health and well-being. And definitely being away from debt will help to avoid stress. It will give the freedom to make money decisions at will. I'm leading a debt-free life for many years. People think that it's very difficult to become debt-free because there are loans already being taken, or there might be situations wherein you need to take loans in the future. So how to become debt free? Very simple. A, you can reduce your loans by repaying them as soon as possible, as if there is no tomorrow. You can start repaying them. Check with your bank or whomever you have taken the loan from about the procedure to prepay your loans. That will help you to become debt free quicker. B, you can avoid loans by creating an emergency fund to meet unexpected expenses and big ticket expenses. Park some money every month towards this fund, and over a period of time, it will grow into a corpus. Then you can look into this fund as a first resort instead of taking a loan. Becoming debt free is not difficult, it's more of a mindset. You can reduce your existing loan as soon as possible and avoid taking loans by building an emergency corpus. This is one of the important levels in achieving financial freedom. Now, the fourth level, reduce your expenses. To reduce the expenses, you must know how much you're spending and where are you spending. Let me ask you this. Do you track your expenses? Do you know how much you spend every month? I don't need an answer, but start thinking. How much you pay towards your bills? How much do you pay towards your EMIs, loans? All of these added together is your total expense. Tracking expenses help me to know where my money is going. When you also start recording your expenses, you create data points for yourself. Looking at that data point, you can easily identify the areas where you overspend and the areas wherein you can reduce in the future. All impulsive, unessential spendings can go out of the door. Be frugal, spend less wherever possible. I'm not saying you to be stingy, do not get me wrong, please. There is a difference between frugal and being stingy. During this lockdown, we learned to live only with essential things, isn't it? I know some families who live only with large milk cans in US because that's what they got. In Chennai, during the lockdown and the initial stay period, in my street, we have not seen anyone selling vegetables, at least for a few weeks. Think of those periods which forced us to live a frugal, minimalistic life. We found what is essential and what is not essential. We learned it. Why don't you take cues from those days and implement it in your day-to-day life in order to cut expenses? When you reduce your expenses, you will be left with more money in hand. You can use that money to achieve the previous level, which is to become debt-free. So act now. Please take a stock of unnecessary spending and chop them. Do not show them mercy, show them the door. That's the fourth level, reducing your expense. 5, create additional streams of income. But why? Why to create additional streams? Any answers? Any thoughts?
Even if one fails, the other one is there to back up.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not even looking at one fails, right? Yeah, yes, please.
Regularly, our expenditure is increasing in regular basis, day to day. So that we need to do additional streams for income.
Absolutely. Our expenses are keep increasing, right? You know, inflation, we have to beat the inflation as well. So it's not only a backup, you know, it's a supplement. I'm being positive. You know, you keep our mainstream alive and running, and then create additional streams because it will help you to reach your financial goals faster. Not only to meet expenses, but your larger goals. You can reach them faster. You might be doing a 9 to 5 job. You might be doing your own business. Nevertheless, you can still create additional streams of income. For example, I'm working with PayPal. That's my regular job. I get a salary, by the way. I always give 100% to my work, not to boast myself, just to explain you the additional stream. Last year alone, I got 4 cash awards for my work. That is over and above my salary. Other than this, I give speeches to corporates, colleges, and many other groups. As a Toastmaster, I love to speak. And for those speeches, I charge them. Then I wrote a book titled Zero EMI and published it during 2020 lockdown. I earn loyalty on book sales. For every book sale, I earn a royalty. Then I write and submit articles on personal finance to leading magazines and online papers. They also pay me for the articles. These are some of my side hustles, which brings additional cash. Of course, it is not equivalent to my salary. You can't match. However, who can say no to extra money, right? Having said that, what is or what could be your side hustle? Take some time to think what you like the most and what you're good at. You can easily create additional streams of income by doing what you like and what you're good at. Trust me, the opportunities are plenty. Providing consultancy services, taking tuitions, offering online courses, content writer, investing in stocks and mutual funds, running a YouTube channel, the opportunities are plenty. Depending on your skills and desire, you can choose one or more options to earn that extra money. That will help you to achieve your financial goals faster. A small word of caution here. Please don't fall prey to fraudsters just because you want to create additional income. You need to progress. You need to progress fast. No second thought about it. At the same time, we cannot afford to lose what we already have in hand. Security is topmost priority. Be ambitious, but please don't be greedy. Greed is the biggest enemy to build wealth. Create legitimate additional sources of income. Now, the next one. Save first, spend next. Are you saving enough to become financially independent? 20% of savings of your net disposable income is ideal. However, higher rate of savings is always good. This will help you to achieve your goals faster. It is easier said than done, I agree. We need to be cognizant of the fact that there are various factors that affect our savings. First and foremost, stable income. If you are doing business, then your net income might vary every month. Even though you save 20% consistently, the saved amount varies based on your net income. For example, you earn 1 lakh rupees and your savings rate is 20%. Then you save 20,000 rupees. Next month, you earn only 80,000 rupees. Your savings rate is still 20%. Then you save only 16,000 rupees. The fluctuations in your net income affects your savings, despite your savings rate is constant. Please remember that and adjust your savings rate as needed. On the other hand, in case of salaried people, the net income is almost predictable unless and until there is a salary cut. We saw that during the COVID times in few of the private organizations. Other than such exceptional scenarios, the net income of salaried people are predictable and their savings is not affected. The other factor that impacts your savings rate is mindless shopping. Many people buy things that they never use. They don't even think if they really need it or not. That's why, right, we run out of space at our home sooner, right? For example, my cousin sister is living in Bangalore. Her son works for an IT organization. His hobby is to browse online shopping apps. He'll keep on browsing. He'll keep checking the deals and offers. One day, he ordered an induction stove online. Every day he orders something or the other, but I'm just picking this induction stove example because my sister shared it with me. One day he ordered an induction stove online just because it's offered at a discounted price. You might think, what's wrong in buying an induction stove? After all, it would be useful for cooking. That's right, but my cousin sister doesn't know how to cook using induction stove. She's not comfortable learning that induction stove. She's very comfortable with the gas stove. It's almost 5 years now and the stove is still unpacked. It's lying in one corner. She's actually waiting for my her son to get married so that she can give it to them. So this is what I call as mindless shopping. We buy things which we never use. Let's not buy those things. Let's not buy things just because there's a discount sale. Let's not buy things to impress others. This will cause a dent in your purse. We'll have an adverse impact to our savings. Look at the possibilities to increase your savings rate. 20% savings right from an early age is ideal for financial freedom. Save first, spend next. And now, upskill. Many people, once they get settled, think that learning is no more required. Time have proven them wrong. What will happen if an iron rod is kept unused for a long time? It gets rusted, isn't it? Similarly, our brain will also get rusted if we don't learn new things, new skills. You must have heard many people saying that learning is eternal. Those who don't learn new skills get stagnated in their career. When there is no career, there is no money and there is no financial freedom. You can easily forget about it. Learning new skills, for example, digital marketing, Microsoft Excel, new software language, communication skills, on-the-job learning, a new course in online training portals, be it anything. Keep acquiring new skills, which will in turn keep your brain active. Those who do not take steps to learn new things become obsolete. They become irrelevant in due course. I have personally seen people struggling to find a new job after layoff, even after 2 to 3 years, because while at a well-paying job, they were in a mindset that they don't need to learn anything. I am well settled. I am a long timer. I know everyone in the organization. My boss will take care of me. Come on. What if your boss changes or your boss leaves the company? Please remember that the external factors such as organization, people will keep changing. Your business environment will keep changing. But you, as a person, can evolve and succeed only if you keep the student in you awake. Everyone must upskill, learn new things, irrespective of your age, occupation, and industry. 8th one, the last one, invest in the right instruments. Investment helps you to achieve our financial goals and be financially independent. It's on us to choose the right investment option, this or that. Let me take the same example of meeting DTM Sukanti at Salem. There are many options to reach Salem. I can go by bus, I can go by car, I can go by train. I will make a choice based on my convenience, the cost I could afford, the time I could spend in traveling. So similarly, in your financial journey, you know where you are, you know where to go. All you need to do now is to choose the right vehicle. Doing so will help your money to grow. There are plenty of investment options available, by the way. Real estate, gold, insurance, shares, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, and whatnot. Many people have asked me, which is a good investment, this or that? You might also have the same question. I would say any investment is good if that is aligned to your financial goals. For example, as soon as I joined a job after graduation, I bought an insurance plan. I just received the first month's salary and I bought a new insurance plan. You might think, wow, this guy is damn good when it comes to financial planning, right? Wait, don't jump the gun. I did not buy insurance because I had a great idea about financial planning at that age. No. I did not buy insurance because I had my goals clearly laid out. No. I did not buy insurance because I had a vision about the future. Nothing. I bought an insurance plan just because my relative is an insurance agent and he kept on pestering me to put an insurance for my bright future. But he doesn't know what my future plans are. In fact, I myself did not know my future plans at the time I was young. I've just started earning. I also did few of the mistakes in my early career days. I invested to save tax. I invested in tax saving instruments just to get tax exemptions. Those investments never helped me to achieve my goals. My hard-earned money was not put in proper use. I learned that investing for the sake of investing is not going to help to achieve financial freedom. Investments must be well thought, must be aligned to your financial goals and needs. All investment instruments are good. Each one serves unique purpose. And in my opinion, there is no good or bad investment. There are only good or bad choices. If your choice is good, then your investment will turn out to be good as well. Invest in the right instruments, align them to your financial goals. I have spoken non-stop. Let me pause here and ask you, what questions do you have? We can pause. We can spend 5 minutes for Q&A. Then I can wrap it up with a summary. feel free to ask. There is no right question or bad question. We'll spend some time.
Yes, sir. My
interacting.
question may seem little ridiculous, but you started saying that financial freedom means we should not worry about our financial constraints. But you started your session that we should write our financial goals, debts, worth, and everything. In my opinion, that's where we start worrying about everything, right?
Yeah, reality hurts. Yeah. Good question. And if you're done with your question, maybe I'll start answering.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I did say that financial freedom is all about not worrying about money. It's zero worries about money. Then I started talking about write down your financial goals. That is a pathway to financial freedom. So if you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps, then you will absolutely will not have no worries about money. And that's when you will attain financial freedom. So that is a connection. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Actually, from financial ignorance to financial freedom. Thank
Absolutely, yeah. Well said.
So Palaniyappan, I have one suggestion and one question.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, in fact, I read your book 3 times.
Oh, thank you.
I love the simplicity by which it has been written, and with a lot of your personal experiences, which I loved it. So some of the areas which I really liked, and I read it multiple times. When I have a Kindle account, so I can read it anytime. So that's one suggestion that from my side is that you should attempt to translate this book into all Indian languages, at least the major Indian languages, because so only the English traders can benefit right now. So I would suggest that you translate that into all Indian languages, at least the prominent Indian languages to begin with. Hindi, Tamil, Telugu and Kannada to begin with. That one suggestion that I have. One question. See, it's, we all know that starting saving or investing early is always good. But most of us miss the bus. Only when we hit 40 or 45 plus, we realize that where we are and we are not going to achieve what we wanted in our life. So do you have anything for that category of people?
Wonderful question. Thanks for the suggestion, first of all. I'm actually trying to translate the manuscript in Tamil. I'm talking to a few publishers like Vigadam and all to publish it in Tamil. That is one, and Telugu is also work in progress. Now, I don't know Telugu, but one guy approached me and asked me, if I could translate the book in Telugu. So I said him, okay, he's helping me with translation. That is work in progress. Thanks for the thoughts, BTM Venkat. And to your question, yes, financial management is one of the key skills which is not taught in our schools. It's not taught in our colleges. Only when we actually finish our college, the real education starts, we face the reality. We do not know anything about money. There is no formal education now. We learn it by trial and error method, and we look at our father, mother, aunts, uncles who also did not go through a formal education for any kind of financial lessons. So they give us whatever they know. So we all together do some errors and keep learning, right? So that is when I'm also trying to bridge, not only me, right? There are a lot of people like me who are trying to bridge the gap by giving lectures and seminars at the colleges, meeting the last year final year grads, first year grads, and then we have Saharika here. She has a forum with a lot of young minds. I have gone and spoken to them as well. So I'm making some constant efforts to meet such crowd and giving a lot of free sessions for students. Please let me know. I'm more than happy to do free sessions for students to give some financial literacy. Hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
Timer Selvan, do we have time for one more question? Any other questions, please?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Sagarika. So yes, as you said, it was great to have Toastmaster Palaniyappan in one of my session where the kids got to learn about financial freedom. My question is, as you said, you need to have a lot of streams to earn, and I already have 5 streams. So is there a particular number that 7 streams or 9 streams, or according to your capability or according to the sector? So how many streams of income is usually acceptable?
Okay, that's a good question as well. There is no prescribed number of streams. Anything more than one is great, right? Everybody have one stream of income. Anything more than one is really great. If you're having 5, then it's awesome. Not all of them will have the equal level of incomes. One might be so high, very regular, very stable, and there may be other streams which are not stable, not regular, but it will keep coming slowly, and it will grow well in the future. So those kind of streams are also there. So there is no prescribed number of streams or recommendations for how many you can have. It all depends on your skills, talents, and the capability and the time you could allot, and manage your time so well to create those additional streams and manage them, right? You create them and leave it. For example, I give speeches for a fee also. It's not that when somebody approaches me, I can't turn them down, saying, hey, no, I'm busy with my work, I can't do. I should manage my time in such a way that I consistently do this, so that people trust me and come and book me for a speech. And I turn up for all speeches. Wherever I commit, I go and turn up for the speeches. That is also very important. Yes, Toastmaster Raghavan and Toastmaster Swaminathan. Let's go one by one.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I have 2 interesting questions here. The first question is, how much do you spend for social service in your monthly income, sir? It is a personal question. Sorry to ask you the question. Then the second question is, we pay nearly like 1,25,000 or 30,000 in IT. Instead of paying that much money, is it advisable to contribute the money to PM relief fund or CM relief fund? This is my personal question, sir. I think I would like to get the answer from you, sir.
Absolutely. The first question, yes, I do help people, the people around me, not in online or to unknown people. I always help people who I know them very well. I don't have a practice of sharing what I do, what I help others. So that is not a dignified way for them, for those who receive those help. So I prefer I refrain myself from saying anything about it. But I encourage everybody to help, I also try to do my part. And your second question, the 1,25,000 rupees, you're asking me if we can invest or put it in PM CAT fund, is it? Is that the right way?
No, we are paying IT every year, sir.
Right.
Instead of paying that to the government, is it advisable to spend some of the amount for contributing that to the CM relief fund like that to be paid? Is it also better, sir, really?
There is no blanket answer for this. Situation differs from individual to individual. How comfortable are you with your finances, or are you okay to spend the money in different channels? It's all something that an individual has to assess and take a decision. I think this one answer will not fit everybody. Okay. So that purely depend on your individual situation and capacity, sir.
Okay. Actually, I thought that if you pay the amount to the CM relief fund, it will be beneficial to the people of Tamil Nadu like that also. When we just pay as a tax to the central government, it is going to be useful to the whole India like that. That's why I think I asked you the question specifically in that manner, sir.
Okay. I understand. A good thought. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Toastmaster Raghavan. I think we'll close with this question. I think already timer showed us red flag. Toastmaster Raghavan.
Good evening, sir. It was a nice presentation. And I hail from the same background, and I have a doubt. Like the first point that you said is like we have to be debt free. And there I have a doubt. I am of the opinion that only money begets money. So to get more money, we'll have to invest some money. And if I don't have that money to invest, is it a better option? For example, I have a capex and I need some money. So is it better to go for a debt, or is it better that we arrange some money within a good circle and then go for it? So that is my question.
Absolutely right. Organizations do borrow money and then invest in various places to generate income, right? As individuals, I don't think, or I don't see a need for us to borrow money and invest. We are not running an institution. We as an individual, we need money for our survival, and then to meet all our financial goals. So when there is a situation for us to actually borrow money and invest, then we should be cognizant about the rates in which we borrow and the guaranteed return that we will get in our investments. So if you're confident that you can get a loan for 6%, 7%, and then you get a return of 10%, then it's a good deal. But you should be very conscious about all the investment options, the interest rates, and it's like a risk that you take on your own capacity. So I will not say no to it, but you should be a little cautious while doing it. Factor the interest rate that you're going to borrow, the time period. Maybe you may have to return the loan in 6 months, but whatever you have invested may not come back to you in 6 months. It may take some 8 months, 1 year. So do all those calculations. Research it properly. Your source of money plus your investment options. All of that, you research properly, and then you can actually go. It's a little risk, but still, everything is risk now, right? Equity is also risk, but still, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Let me quickly give you a summary and then wrap it up. I'm once again going to bring back my screen. It won't take more than 1 minute. And this is what we saw today. The pathways to financial freedom. One, write down your financial goals. If you don't know where you're going, you will go someplace else. Then know your net worth. Your assets minus liabilities is your net worth. You should know where you're going to start your journey from. 3, become debt-free. It means living a life without any loans. 4, reduce your expenses. Start tracking your expenses so that you can see where all you can reduce your expenses. Create additional streams of income. We spoke about this in the Q&A as well. 6, save first and then spend next. 7 is upskill. Learning is eternal. Keep learning. Everybody across age, industry, education must learn new things. And 8th one is invest in the right instruments. So if you do this, I'm very confident that you will be able to achieve financial freedom. Some of these you might be doing already, some of these you might not be doing. So get started, start implementing all these 8 levels. Everyone can be financially independent. I'm sure you will also be able to achieve financial freedom. Good luck to each and every one of you. And over to you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Palaniyappan.
Thank you.
I have just started my career. I've completed my graduation and started my career, and I know only about my job. I don't know about what to do about the money. I just go what my sisters says. She only gives me the financial advices, like invest here, save the money. This is the right time to start the investment. All these advices she used to give. So it was a good time with you to learn a lot about financial freedom. Thank you, sir. So personally, I got a lot of inputs from you. Moving on, I like to call timer report for the prepared speeches. Whether both.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both the prepared speakers are eligible for voting.
Yeah. Thank you, timer. So I like to call the Zoom master, Toastmaster Evangeline, to launch the poll. Thank you. Let us take 30 seconds to vote for the best speaker.
பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளராக ஒரு சிறிய வேண்டுகோள். மன்னிக்கவும் நெறியாளர் அவர்களே, பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளராக ஒரு சிறிய வேண்டுகோள். கூட்டம் தொடங்கியதிலிருந்தே ஆங்கிலத்திலேயே போய் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. தமிழ்நாட்டு மண்டலத்தில் இருக்கிறோமா என்ற சந்தேகம் வந்துவிட்டது எனக்கு. ஆகவே இந்த திடீர் பேச்சு, அதாவது டேபிள் டாபிக்ஸ் செஷனில் முடிந்தவரை உங்களுக்கு ஆர்வம் இருந்தால் தமிழில் பேசுங்கள் என்ற ஒரு சிறிய வேண்டுகோளை வைத்துக்கொள்கிறேன். குறுக்கிட்டதற்கு மன்னிக்கவும் நெறியாளர் அவர்களே.
Before moving on to the table topic session, I like to call the guest Toastmaster, guest Arun, to just please introduce to you to our club, like what you're doing and how to know about our club.
So Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So hi, I'm Arun. Yeah. Is the internet back? There's some issue with internet. Sorry. So yeah, I heard it was really good for me to know about the club by I think I spoke to Toastmaster Palaniyappan, and through that I got few information about the club, and I'm currently I have completed my undergrad now, and I'm looking forward for MS and things like that. So yeah, that's that's the thing. That's all from my side. I think the internet is actually lagging a lot, so
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And next guest, Dr. Bhargavi, please introduce you to our club. So how do? Please unmute yourself.
Sorry,
Yeah.
good evening all. This is Bhargavi, and I thank Mrs. Maithili for me to introduce in this Toastmasters. And long way back, and she was telling me about the Toastmasters, and today was the day I had enough time to watch the whole thing which were going on for the past 1.5 hours. So I was just wondering, by looking into today's agenda, what Toastmasters will do for this long time. But to be truthful, it was amazing to be here. And I assure you that I'll be the member by the next week, and I'll close all the formalities and application thing. And Sir Palaniyappan, sir, really I enjoyed your speech, and I had a lot of points and a lot of takeaways today. And even the presentations which I've viewed today with Priyadarshini and Pattabhiraman, sir, it is really awesome. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here and to be a part of Toastmasters from next week onwards. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bhargavi. Next, we are moving on to the tech topic session. The two best decision that taken by the table topic master is taking a break of 1 year and coming to Chennai. Going to Chennai. These are the decisions the best decision that he's taken in life. So over to the table topic master, Toastmaster Sagarika.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. It is lovely to be back at the stage, at the forum. So today I will conduct this table topic session with one of my favorite topics. Let me show of hands, how many of you have become a fan of Shark Tank India? Yes, I can see Toastmaster Raghavan. Okay, but others, I would like to introduce you to Shark Tank, but this is not going to be the Hindi version, but it is going to be either the English or the Tamil version today. And let us also align with the speech, the financial freedom speech that distinguished Toastmaster Palaniyappan gave us. So to put it in Tamil, Terikka Vidalama. Okay, now, first, who would like to go first? What we'll do is, over here, I will show you a couple of business plans, and I'll show you the real Shark Tank business and what they're doing. I'll give you a line or two to just introduce that business to you, and then you will be pitching in front of everybody for the next 1 to 2 minutes. So that is what we are going to do. So who is ready to take up the first business? You can unmute.
Yeah, I can take it.
Okay, lovely. Okay, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. All right. So the first business is going to be Skippy Ice Pops. Let me tell you that this is one kind of an ice pop that is that's got a lot of sugar and of course not healthy, but at the same time they don't mix artificial colors. So with this, please go ahead with your business plan and let us know if you're going to present it in English or Tamil.
Like I'm going to present this product
You're going to pitch this product to say all these Toastmasters are the sharks over here. So I'd like you to pitch this product in front of the Toastmasters.
Okay, anything is fine for me, English or Tamil. Okay. I'll go with English first.
Okay.
Good evening, all. Like we all have, you remember our school days. Once bell rings, we used to run out of a school and there will be a shop outside and there will be a colorful pipes with named as Pepsi, of 1 rupee Pepsi, 2 rupees Pepsis used to be in colors, and we used to be running to drink it, which used to have a lot of colors in it, used to be attractive to the people. Same way we are going to launch a kind of a Pepsi like Skippy Ice Pops without adding artificial colors. We are going to make it natural. We are going to cover the 90s peoples here and the older who loves to eat chocolates, to get back to their period of older days, of the school days memories, and we are going to make it going back to past. So this could have been launched to the great height and it will reach give a big profit, according to me. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you. I'll definitely get a share of this company and I'll become your partner. Skippy Ice Pops it is. All right. So who wants to go next? All right. Toastmaster Raghavan. Do you want to talk in English or Tamil?
I'll go with English because I'm not good in Tamil.
Okay, great. The second business plan is the funeral services. So this company gives an end-to-end funeral service. So if you call them and if nothing would happen, but if at all something happens, so end-to-end funeral services will be given by this company. So no one has to worry about running errands or calling the ambulance or anything. So to Toastmaster Raghavan.
I'll take 30 seconds.
Timer, please notify.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Please go ahead.
Am I good to go, timer? Thank you. So, good evening, sharks. What and TST, the company that we have is end-to-end funeral services. It is sad indeed that someone or the other in our family has to go to heaven or hell. I prefer going to heaven is better than hell. So someone is dying the other day. So what we have is we provide you the service of sending them off in a very good manner. Most of us in remote villages, we do not have this facility to do a proper cremation, which we will help you help people to do this cremation work properly, because be it in from hospital to the crematorium or from the house to the crematorium, we will be there in a call. All you have to do is because that is a situation when a person dies and you are literally out of your mind because you do not know what to do. You need not think much because we have our services at your fingertips. All you have to do is just think about Anti-ST and we will be there at your address. We have a mobile application and wherein you can put in the address and we will be there. We won't bother you. Once all the process is done, you can pay the amount. We will not ask for the money upfront because we know at that situation how sad you would be. So this is not only a business model,
this is also a social service that we are looking into. So because this idea came to my mind because the day I saw that there were lots of deaths in India due to coronavirus, and it was at its peak. That's when me and my friends got into this discussion, and we planned ANTHST. And today we are here for for the betterment of this whole humanity. So this is what I would say, and I hope this helps you. This helps you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
That is wonderful. So, the sharks actually did not invest in this company because one point that they gave was that the consumer would not be able to give customer review. Yeah, so I hope you get it. All right, then, okay, let's move on to the next one. Who would like to go next? Okay, Toastmaster Bharat. This is one product. It's called Hammer Lifestyle, and you have all the gadgets that you can get, all the headphones, earbuds, the wired headphones, wireless headphones, AirPod kinds. So you get all type of music, audio gadgets from Hammer Lifestyle. What do you, Toastmaster Bharat?
Yes, Sagarika, I'll just take some 10 to 15 seconds to just give it. Yes, I'll just start it. Okay, am I audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, Shocks. This is Bharat Kumar. So I'm just coming here for a proposition for Hammer Lifestyle. We have products ranging from electronic products like speakers, headsets, wireless headsets, Bluetooth headsets. So it's not only for youngsters; it's for varied age of people, starting from kids, adults, and old age people. We have products in varied range. So the basic idea behind is that it's with me and my friends. Like it's a partnership firm, and we came up. Like there are a lot of companies like Boat, Indian companies which have scaled themselves in a great valuation, and they become a unicorn now. So why can't we try and taste our skills in this? So the target customers majorly would be adults. So and the way of business we are going to put in is like in e-commerce. Currently, I'm just getting some assumptions, Sagarika. So currently we started our production, and it's been listed in Amazon, Flipkart, and other e-commerce sites, and the profits are quite good. And the valuation that we are going to pitch for this is around 10 crores. And I request you for a 10% stake of 1 crore. So it would be great for us to scale up our production. So we can, what's the major reason is that we have to extend it to retail sector so that the brand awareness would be more, and local to local or make in India. We can use some other slogans campaign to boost our sales and production. So this is a starting step. So it would be great for me to join with you and get your ideas, feedbacks, and to grow with you. So this is from me. Oh, thanks. Go to Shaks.
Lovely to see an actual pitch. And what happened here was Aman Gupta, the owner of Boat, he bought 40% stake for 1 crore, and I hope he'll get 100% stake soon. So there's a story behind buying the company. So I think they'll there's some politics also there. All right, who would like to go next? Yes. Okay, Tilagavati. English or Tamil?
In English, ma'am.
All right. So this is one of my favorite products. It's called Gulu, and this is a company that makes comic strips to explain things that are unexplainable or unspoken about. So something like menstruation and things like that. So this is your product, Tilagavati. Please go ahead.
Can you please explain one more time? I couldn't get you clearly.
Okay. So Gulu is a company that makes comic strips, just like Amar Chitra Katha.
Okay.
And Tinkle, Amar Chitra Katha, we were brought up with this. But Gulu wants to make these unspoken topics, they want to make it more familiarized, easy to, if people start talking about this and if people start learning about this, then that is what Gulu is planning to do with the Menstrupedia comic and other comic books. So now this is your floor. You can go ahead by pitching.
Thank you, ma'am. We are very happy to land you here. Now we are introduced the Gulu. Through we can planning to reach the many of the childrens to taught you the ethics and morals and the way they are eating the habits. We want to change the habit of junk food. Therefore, instead of that, we are educating the children to eating the greeneries and our traditional snacks. Through that, we can reach you the young peoples and the parents also. In this product, we will take care of the parents' views, and we are contributed to the grow of the next generation in a healthy way, and that's the sake of we are pictured to this business into the betterment of all the children's and parents' view. That's it, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Of course, we can open up to various sectors like not looking into gadgets or eating healthy are also some of the topics that we have to talk about to the kids. All right, who would like to go next? Can we have one more timer? Do we have the time?
We can go for one or two more speakers.
Right. Thank you. Yes, who would like to go next?
Hi, Sagarika. I'll take it up. This is Suganti.
All right. So, in English or Tamil?
In English, please.
So, this is a product which can be worn on any dress. So, they pitched it saying that, say, if you have a black dress or a white dress, it's the handcuffs which can, you can buy different colored handcuffs and you can put it on any number of dresses. So to change the style, to change the, and this is the kind of product that they have pitched, just like the picture that you can see. So over to Toastmasters Sugan.
Thank you, Sagarika, first of all, for introducing the existence of such a product. In today's session, we had distinguished Toastmaster Palaniyappan talk to us about financial freedom. And one of the aspects that he mentioned was to also cut down costs. Now, although we are in pandemic, we have the mandatory option to attend most of our meetings through Zoom, which means that we have to be presentable. At the same time, since we are going through a very challenging period, we also have this the mandate of having to cut down our costs. So imagine turning up to a meeting wearing the same blue shirt, or imagine attending the same meeting wearing yellow color salwar. If I had the option of just changing my sleeves to bring in a difference in the looks, it will first of all increase my self-confidence. Second thing is, when people see me with a different attire, they might compliment me for my good looks, which again boosts my self-confidence. And third thing is, I will save a lot of money. I will not splurge on all these online deals and get into this pressure of having to buy more clothes. So since I have all these three options through this unique product, I would like to get funding so that I can take it across the different platforms, take it to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, giving them the products based on their income availability so that it is reachable to all people and it becomes a huge hit. So let's make the best use of all the innovative, creative ideas that people around us come up with, and let's save money so that we could invest in better things, and let's be more presentable, more joyous, and more confident in our Zoom meetings. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And this product is an unexpected and one of its kind product. And while that lady pitched, she had some 10,000 followers on Instagram. And after a month or two, she got 40,000 followers on Instagram. So this is something that women are looking forward to. So we don't have to buy anything. Just a couple of handcuffs, the dress is enough. So thank you so much for giving me such a wonderful opportunity, and it's great to be back again in Toastmasters. I hope you had fun. Please do watch Shark Tank. I'm not marketing, but no, it's a lovely. We can learn a lot about finance, investing, and sharks and other business ideas. So thank you so much. I'd like to ask the timer for the timer report.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Toastmaster Karthikeyan, Toastmaster Raghavan, Toastmaster Bharat, and Toastmaster Sugandhi are eligible for voting.
Thank you very much. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Karthikeyan.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for an innovative way of topics. Before going on to the evaluation session, I was saying, I will give a hint of the theme with stories. But as time was lagging, I was just moving on with the sessions. Like now I am going to say a small story. It was about my father's friend. His name is Karna. He's a big person, like a rich person born with silver spoon. He has 2 colleges, and he has a sister who is a doctor, MD, and sister's husband is also a doctor, MD. But both the sister doesn't have children for 10 years. As both are doctors, they are been going on to different hospitals, but for the 10 years they didn't have children. And after 10 years, they're having a twin baby. But unfortunately, one dies when it is during delivery, and only one survives. As after 10 years of struggle, the baby boy was born. So they take utmost care to him, get him whatever things they could get it for him. And 1 year passed by, and they're planning a earpiecing function at their family god temple at Palani. That was a time of festival, like Thaipusam festival was going on. So they were planning out their function at temple, and they're used to serve food at nearby hall. During after completing the earpiecing, they all moved to the hall and they were serving foods. And Karna was asking, his sister came to Karna and asking, where is the boy? And Karna told, I gave it to you after earpiecing. And his sister replied, no, you didn't give it to me. I was not there. I was in the hall here taking care of the foods. No, I gave it to you. The final is the baby boy was missing. They started to search. The whole family is searching for the baby boy. And they finally came to a conclusion that they could not find him. As it was a festival season, there was a huge crowd and they couldn't find the baby. And Karna gets frustrated. The tears was flowing out of his eyes, and his sister was more worrying as 10 years of struggle, they didn't have a baby. After 10 years, they got a baby, and that is also they have lost it. The whole family was in tears, and Karna was seeing a crowd of 200 people were standing at somewhere, and he was just getting inside the crowd and seeing there was his baby playing with the toy. and nearby there was people who is doing circus. A man was hitting himself with a stick, and he's making his daughter to walk on the rope with the stick. Once he saw the baby, he ran to the baby and crying out with happiness, and he took the baby. The person who was doing circus nearby, by hitting himself, came near him, like in Tamil they say kadai kuttadi. So he came near him and asked, "Idu om pulliyappa? Like whether it's your baby?" Yeah, idu vandu tangachiyoda pulla. It's my sister's baby. And the baby was crying out there. I only took the baby and gave a toy to play, and I was taking care of the baby. The eyes was filled with tears. He was seeing in his pocket. I took out his purse, and there were around 50,000, 60,000 in his 2,000 notes for the function, to spend for the function he was having in his purse. He take all the notes out of it and give it to the person. And this point is where that violet rupee paper doesn't corrupted the person. He just push it with his left hand and says, "Enapa om pulla em pulla veraya, ella namba pulla danapa, pullega kaasu. It is like my child. Why you are paying for it?" And he said that I have born with a silver spoon. I never think about a poor people or a stranger who is hitting himself in a road. But with that 60,000 money, he can have 3 meals per day. He can take care of his daughter who is there in the road, education, take care of her daughter education, or he can have a small house and make him life out of this 60,000 rupees that he gave. But he just pulled it with this left hand. Think he says, I am running a college where if a professor from another college, if they ask our professor to come to their college with an increment of 10,000 rupees, they will just jump from our college. That is how the situation is. For 10,000, professors used to change college, but I gave 60,000 to this man. He just pushed it with his left hand. That's what humanity is. He is just a stranger, but how he reacted to this person. And now we are moving on to the evaluation session. I like to hand over this session to the general evaluator, DTM Venkat. Over to you.
நன்றி நெறியாளர் அவர்களே. அதற்கு முன்பாக சிறந்த திடீர் பேச்சாளரை நாம் தேர்ந்தெடுத்துக் கொள்வோம். The poll is on your screen. Please vote for the best debut topic speaker. நன்றி, அனைவரும் வாக்களித்திருப்பீர்கள் என்று நம்புகிறேன். இப்பொழுது நாம் பொது மதிப்பீட்டு பகுதிக்கு செல்வோம். முதலாவதாக நான் கூறியது போல இப்பொழுது நாம் பேச்சாளர்களை பற்றிய மதிப்பீடுகளை கேட்கப் போகிறோம். நாம் இரண்டு ஆங்கில பேச்சுகளை கேட்டோம். அந்த பேச்சினுடைய மதிப்பீடுகளை இப்போது காணப்போகிறோம். முதலாவது பேச்சு சொல்வேந்தர் பிரியதர்ஷினி அவர்கள் வழங்கிய பேச்சை மதிப்பீடு செய்வதற்காக டிடிஎம் சம்பத் சௌராஜன் அவர்களை நான் இப்போது அழைக்கிறேன். டிடிஎம் சம்பத் சௌராஜன் அவர்களை பற்றிய ஒரு சிறிய அறிமுகம். அவர் இந்த மன்றத்தின் முன்னாள் தலைவர். அவர் ஒரு சிறந்த ஆன்மீகவாதி, இலக்கியவாதி. அது மட்டுமல்ல, அவர் ஒரு முன்னாள் ஆராய்ச்சியாளர். டிடிஎம் சம்பத் சௌராஜன், நீங்கள் உங்கள் மதிப்பீடை துவங்க.
Good afternoon, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters from both clubs and guests, and Toastmaster Priyadasi in specific. Today we had a very nice topic, quite a relevant topic for our modern times. We are following Ramapa's advice, we made a lot of money, but still we are not finding mental solace. So this side of the coin also has to be addressed. This is what Toastmaster said is my thought. So it was a series of good ideas presented with a lot of sincerity. Purpose of this project is to improve based on the feedback that was partially done. The type of the speech is more like an informational speech, but with a little bit of inspiration and persuasion is certainly there. The message is mental eudaimonia. That is the message. How to have well-being mentally. Shall we give her a nice applause? Today our speaker structured a speech with an opening, which I should give a very important suggestion to her and also future speakers of this particular project second speech. You need not give a summary of the previous speech. Whether somebody was present or not, it doesn't matter. Your previous evaluator, if he is there, you certainly know. And the new evaluator, today I am the one. I got the feedback from the previous evaluator. More than that, you need not repeat the speech at all. You can give a totally different speech, incorporating the feedback points. So this point has to be borne for you. I have spent some time for everybody, but it is worth telling that. But she did a good job of summarizing that. Already the green is there, the timer is my enemy. Opening still lacked the attack and attraction, because one of the feedback points was the opening has to be a little better. By giving the summary, you lost that opportunity. You could have had many different types of opening. Think about it, because in one day we are not going to become the best speaker in the world. It is a slow process. In Toastmaster, we go step by step. Like the step-by-step approach you gave, 7 steps, 8 steps you gave, like staying active, listening, learning, and giving, all those points you gave. Toastmasters also is a step-by-step improvement process. The body of the speech was full of good information, but I have one suggestion in that. Your transition and paragraphing or grouping of ideas is very important for the audience to quickly grasp what you are saying and to remember. You had a series of ideas going in a row, in my opinion, so you can improve on that in future. You had a good voice and good English, but a little bit of sing-song approach is there in your voice, which will put the audience to sleep. Better avoid that. You should have even tone throughout. And once in a while, as needed, you can up or down your voice. This is what vocal variety we are going to learn also. So that is the way about the voice. Regarding gestures, body language is another point which was given in the feedback previously. The gestures, I could not see much because your camera was not well positioned. Occasionally, I could see your fingertips. Other than that, we were just seeing your face. Okay. So it is up to you to practice more in future and take the suggestions from your mentor and improve on that. I have some more points. I will send it to you. Thanks, and back to the general evaluator. Probably I have already overshot the time.
நன்றி டிடிஎம் சம்பத் சர்ராஜன் அவர்களே, இந்த அருமையான மதிப்பீடுகளுக்கு. இரண்டாவதாக நாம் இரண்டாவது பேச்சை மதிப்பீடு செய்வதற்காக டோஸ்ட்மாஸ்டர் பரத் குமார் அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைப்போம். அதற்கு முன்பாக அவரை பற்றிய ஒரு சிறிய அறிமுகம். He is a sales engineer by profession, and he is a kind of a logical person. He says he is a logical person and he takes decision based on the situation and logics. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thanks, DTM Venkatakrishnan sir. So first of all, thanks. So congratulate Pattabhiram sir for completing the project. Topic: corroborate, elaborate, and collaborate. So I'm just going to give my evaluation on 3 phases, namely purpose statement, pros and cons. Speaking of the purpose statements, the sir did give a correct clarity and content in his speech. So he just spoke about the strategies of Kapil Dev in his World Cup. Then he just gave his real life experience regarding his teammates and mining activity. So totally he satisfied the purpose statements of the projects. Congratulations, sir. let me speak of the pros. So the structure of the presentation and speech was excellent. He started with Kapil Dev's story and slowly moved to history of collaboration and its characteristics, and he gave the personal life experience and he concluded it. So it was excellent, and the clarity of content in each space was good, and the usage of words also was excellent. Everyone was able to understand, and we can experience the things that you are saying throughout the speech. Apart from this, there was no pause, clutches, errors, or anything in the speech. It was excellent. So these are the pros I could see in your speech, sir. So moving ahead to the cons that you had in your speeches. So we had a time problem I could sense. At the end of the speech, after the red signal, there was not a correct ending. We couldn't get what you are saying at the end. Like we couldn't paraphrase ourselves or skim throughout the speech. What was the end? So it was missing. So a small suggestion would be a one-time or a rehearsal when you are presenting something for 5 to 7 minutes. If you present earlier and record it and check, it would have been great. So you could have finished in before 7 minutes. And in collaboration characteristics, there was a lot of time wastage. Not wastage, I could say. Some time was moved very fast in that part. So that's also. And one more thing, in the mining game part, the explanation part was we couldn't get much in the explanation of mining activity. So these are comments and feedback from me, sir. Thank you, Pattabhiram sir, for letting me avail with you, and over to DTM Venkatekrishnan. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Timer, would like to hear from you if both the evaluators are qualified for voting.
Sir, Toastmaster Bharat is qualified for voting, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now let's hear from our tag team on today's meeting. முதலில் நமது நேர காப்பாளரை அழைப்போம். டிடிஎம் செல்வன், உங்களது அறிக்கையை சமர்ப்பிக்கலாம்.
நன்றி பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளர் அவர்களே, சொல்வேந்தர்களே மற்றும் விருந்தினர்களே. இந்த கூட்டம் ஆரம்பிச்சதுல இருந்தே இதுவா அதுவா அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு குழப்பம் இருந்தது. ஆங்கிலமா தமிழா அப்படின்னு எனக்கே கூட அந்த குழப்பம் இருந்தது. அது இல்லாமல் முதல் முறையாக இந்த நேர காப்பாளர் வேலை செய்யும் போது இந்த தொலைத்தொடர்பு சாதனங்களை உபயோகப்படுத்துறதுல இந்த பொத்தானா அந்த பொத்தானா இதுவா அதுவாங்கிறது கடைசியில் இது நலம் பயக்கும் செயலா என்பது கூட எனக்கு சந்தேகம் வந்துவிடுது. என்றாலும் என்னுடைய குழுவின் தலைவருடைய விருப்பத்திற்கு இணங்க தமிழிலேயே இந்த அறிக்கையை சமர்ப்பிப்பது என்று முடிவு செய்திருக்கிறேன். நேரத்தை பொறுத்தவரையிலும் ஆயத்த பேச்சை பொறுத்தவரையிலும் சொல்வேந்தர் பிரியதர்சினி அவர்கள் 6 நிமிடங்கள் 27 வினாடிகள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டார். சொல்வேந்தர் பட்டாபிராமன் அவர்கள் 7 நிமிடங்கள் 21 வினாடிகள் எடுத்திருக்கிறார். திடீர் பேச்சை பொறுத்தவரை சொல்வேந்தர் கார்த்திகேயன் 1 நிமிடம் 26 வினாடிகள், சொல்வேந்தர் ராகவன் 2 நிமிடங்கள் 11 வினாடிகள், சொல்வேந்தர் பரத் 1 நிமிடம் 45 வினாடிகள், திலகவதி 54 வினாடிகள், சொல்வேந்தர் சுகந்தி 1 நிமிடம் 53 வினாடிகள். திரு ராம பழனியப்பன் அவர்கள் அவருடைய ஒரு பேச்சுக்கு 25 நிமிடங்கள் 38 வினாடிகளும் கேள்வி பதிலுக்கு 12 நிமிடங்கள் 45 வினாடிகளும் எடுத்துக்கொண்டார்கள். மதிப்பீட்டில் சொல்வேந்தர் சம்பத் அவர்கள் 4 நிமிடங்கள் 7 வினாடிகள், சொல்வேந்தர் பரத் அவர்கள் 2 நிமிடங்கள் 15 வினாடிகள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அனைவருக்கும் மீண்டும் பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளர் அவர்களிடம் மேடை ஒப்படைக்கிறேன்.
நன்றி டிடிஎம் செல்வன் அவர்களே. இப்பொழுது நாம் அசைக்கொல்லி கவுண்டர் அவர்களை அழைப்போம். டோஸ்ட்மாஸ்டர் பிரியன், உங்களுடைய அறிக்கையை சமர்ப்பிக்கலாம்.
Thank you, the evaluator. Good evening, all. Let's go to the report. Both speaker Priyadarshini and Pattabhiraman, TM Pattabhiraman, didn't use any fillers in their speech. Evaluators Bharat and TM Modi used 1 or 2 hours in their speeches. That's all from my end. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyan. And இன்றைய இலக்கணவாணர் Toastmaster ராகவன் அவர்களிடமிருந்து நாம் கேட்போம். ராகவன், உங்களுடைய அறிக்கையை சமர்ப்பிக்கலாம்.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. For the grammarian report, what I'll do is I'll share my screen. So what I found is that in this report, there is a thin line of difference between a Toastmaster and a distinguished Toastmaster. And that difference is the usage of the word of the day. And there were 3 Toastmasters who used the word of the day, and all the 3 were DTM.
That is one thing, that is the small line of difference between a Toastmaster and distinguished Toastmaster. And it is suggested that we also equip ourselves and we also try to use the word of the day as much as possible. And I saw there were few corrections, few improper usages, which could have been better. I've got around 17 improper usages, wherein I would like to, in particular, tell that there were more mistakes in singular and plural and past tense, and which is highlighted here, singular, plural, past tense, and past continuous. That could be worked on, because if this is worked on, then things are really better. And apart from this, I saw that there were few usages like people's, foods. This could have been, when you're using in a plural form, people's, people itself is a plural form. And foods, if you're talking about different types of foods, then okay. But when you're talking about the same category of food, then it is better used as a food. Apart from that, one more thing is that pronunciation of certain words, like gestures, the word guest, it was pronounced as gestures, whereas the exact pronunciation would be gestures. And there were like pros, it could have been pros. And there were some wonderful usages of words as well. Please do not take this improper usages to be offensive, but yes, if you can correct it, then we would be on a better hand. And there were few really wonderful usages of the words, like formidable West Indies. There were few rhyming words used by DTM Pattabhiraman, like corroborated and elaborated, no more anymore. And like zero worries about money was a good phrase, nuances. And these were some other side hustle, stingent. These kinds of words could be used in our speeches to showcase ourselves better. So this was my usage. Over to you, DTM Venkatakrishnan, the general evaluator.
நன்றி இலக்கிரவாணர் அவர்களே. இறுதியாக இன்றைய கூட்டத்தின் லிசனர் அவர்களிடம் கேட்போம். டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர் லதா.
பல வருடங்களுக்கு பிறகு இத்தகைய அமர்வில் தமிழில் பேசும் வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்திருக்கிறது. தவற விடுவேனா? மீண்டும் வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே. இன்றைய கூட்டத்தில் நடந்த அனைத்து நிகழ்வுகளையும் விழிப்புடன் கவனித்திருப்பீர்கள் என்பதை நன்கறிவேன். இருப்பினும் ஒரு கவனிப்பாளராக 3 கேள்விகளை எழுப்ப இருக்கிறேன். பதில் தெரிந்தவர்கள் மெய்நிகரில் உங்கள் கைகளை உயர்த்தவும். முதலில் வருபவருக்கு முதல் வாய்ப்பு. தவறான பதில் கிடைப்பின் அடுத்தவர்களுக்கு வாய்ப்பு தரப்படும். சகோதரி பிரியதர்ஷினியின் சொற்பொழிவில் இருந்து முதல் கேள்வி கேட்கப்படுகிறது. இது ஒரு வெற்றிடத்தை நிரப்பும் வகை கேள்வியாகும். கேள்வி இது: மன ஆரோக்கியம் குன்றியவர் மீண்டும் நலமுடன், இனிய இலக்கண குறியாளரே பிடித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள் ராகவன் அவர்களே, நலமுடன் எழுந்து வர துணை இருக்கும் ஏதேனும் ஒரு காரணியை கூறவும். மீண்டும் கேள்வி: மன ஆரோக்கியம் குன்றியவர் மீண்டும் மனநலத்துடன் எழுந்து வர துணை இருக்கும் ஏதேனும் ஒரு காரணி. கோடிட்ட இடத்தை நிரப்பு. முதலில் கையை உயர்த்தியவர் சசி அவர்கள்.
மீ டைம். எனக்காக ஒரு சமயத்தை நான் நீக்கி வைக்க வேண்டும்.
மிக அருமை, மிக்க அருமை, வாழ்த்துக்கள். மிகச் சரியான பதில். இரண்டாவது கேள்வி நண்பர் அவர்களின் பேச்சிலிருந்து கேட்கப்படுகிறது. இது சரியான வரிசையில் அடுக்குதல் வகையான கேள்வி. நண்பர்களே, பட்டாபி அவர்களின் பேச்சு தலைப்பை ஒருமுறை ஞாபகப்படுத்திக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அதில் 3 ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகள் இருந்தனவல்லவா? ஞாபகம் வந்து விட்டதா? அந்த ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகளுக்கு இணையான தமிழ் வார்த்தைகளை, சரியான தமிழ் வார்த்தைகளை நான் தவறாக கூறுவேன். நீங்கள் அவரின் ஆங்கில தலைப்புக்கு ஏற்றவாறு சரியாக வரிசைப்படுத்தவும். இதோ: விரிவுபடுத்துதல், ஒத்துழைத்தல், உறுதிப்படுத்துதல். மீண்டும் கேள்வி: விரிவுபடுத்துதல், ஒத்துழைத்தல், உறுதிப்படுத்துதல். இப்பொழுது பட்டாபிராம் அவர்களின் ஆங்கில தலைப்பை நினைவில் கொண்டு இந்த 3 வார்த்தைகளையும் சரியாக வரிசைப்படுத்தவும். யார் முதலில் கையை உயர்த்துகிறீர்கள் பார்ப்போம். ஒருவரும் இல்லையா? மீண்டும் சசிதாரா.
தான் வர வேண்டும்.
பரிதாபம்.
நானே தான் வர வேண்டும் என்று இருக்கிறது.
உறுதி.
விரிவுபடுத்துதல் என்றால் அது எலாபரேட். இன்னொன்னு என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
தவறான பதிலை கொடுத்தீர்கள். இருப்பினும் கேள்வியை மீண்டும் கேட்கிறேன். விரிவுபடுத்தல், உறுதிப்படுத்துதல், இந்த 3 வார்த்தைகளையும் பட்டாபிராமன் அவர்கள் பேச்சின் தலைப்பின் ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகளுக்கு ஏற்றவாறு வரிசைப்படுத்தும்.
ஒத்துரைத்தல். ஒத்துரைத்தல் இஸ் கொலாபரேட்.
ஓகே, ஒத்துழைத்தல் வருகிறது. அப்படித்தானே சசி?
ஒத்துரைத்தல் கொலாபரேட்.
முதலில் கொலாபரேட் வார்த்தையை அவர் உபயோகித்தார். மீண்டும்
கொலாபரேட் முதல்ல சொன்னாரு, அதுக்கப்புறம் கொராபரேட் சொன்னாரு, அதுக்கப்புறம் எலாபரேட் சொன்னாரு.
இல்லை,
அப்படியா? ராகவன் தலையை ஆட்டுகிறார்.
கொராபரேட், கொலாபரேட், எலாபரேட்.
இது மீண்டும் தவறான பதிலாக இருக்கிறது. யாராவது முயற்சி செய்து பார்க்கிறீர்களா?
நான் முயற்சி செய்யலாமா லதா அவர்களே?
கேள்வி உங்களின் பேச்சில் இருந்தால் எடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு பட்டாபிராமன்.
நான் சொல்கிறேன்.
இருந்தாலும் நான் சரி சரி வெங்கட். ஓகே,
உறுதிப்படுத்துதல், விரிவுபடுத்துதல், ஒத்துழைத்தல்.
பியூட்டிஃபுல், லவ்லி.
உறுதிப்படுத்துதல், விரிவுபடுத்துதல், ஒத்துழைத்தல். மிகச்சரியான பதில். கொரோபரேட்டிவ், எலாபரேட்டிவ், கொலாபரேட்டிவ். மிகச்சரியாக கவனித்தீர்கள், வாழ்த்துக்கள். கடைசி கேள்வி. இந்த 3வது கேள்வி இன்றைய முதன்மை பேச்சாளரின் நிதி சுதந்திரம் தொகுப்பிலிருந்து கேட்கப்படுகிறது. இந்த கேள்வி மொழிபெயர்த்தல் வகையான கேள்வியாகும். நான் சில ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகளை கூற அதற்கு இணையான தமிழ் பதத்தை கூற முடியுமா என்று முயற்சி செய்து பாருங்கள். இந்த ஆங்கில வார்த்தைகள் முதன்மை பேச்சாளரின் பேச்சு தொகுப்பிலிருந்து எடுக்கப்பட்டது. நான் முதலில் வார்த்தைகளை கூறுகிறேன். யாருக்காவது பதில் தெரிந்தால் கைகளை உயர்த்தவும். பினான்சியல் கோல், net worth, debt free. யாருக்காவது தெரிந்தால் கைகளை உயர்த்தலாம். நான் முடிக்கும் வரை காத்திருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அவசியம் இல்லை. எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் ரெடியூஸ், மிகவும் எளிதானது, முயற்சி செய்யலாமே.
செலவுகளை குறைப்பது.
மிகச்சரியான பதில் ராகவன், செலவுகளை குறைத்தல். இங்கு யாருக்குமே தமிழ் தெரியவில்லையே. சேவ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், ஸ்பெண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட். சேவ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், ஸ்பெண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட்.
முதலில் சேமி, பிறகு செலவு செய்.
வாழ்த்துக்கள் பட்டாபிராம். கடைசி வார்த்தை அப்ஸ்கில். அப்ஸ்கில்.
நான் சொல்கிறேன்.
மேம்படுத்துதல். மேம்படுத்துதல். மகிழ்ச்சி. மீண்டும் பினான்சியல் கோல், நிதி இலக்கு, நெட்வொர்க், நிகர மதிப்பு.
நிதி இலக்கு.
நிதி இலக்கு. நன்றி. சரியான பதில் அளித்த அனைவருக்கும் மற்றும் முயற்சி செய்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றியும் வாழ்த்துக்களும். இந்த அமர்வை அனைவரும் விரும்பி இருப்பீர்கள் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். மீண்டும் சந்திப்போம். வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம். நன்றி டோஸ்ட்மாஸ்டர் லதா அவர்களே. அருமையான ஒரு இந்த கூட்டத்தை பற்றி ஒரு அருமையான விளக்கம், மிக அருமையாக இருந்தது. அனைத்து இந்த கூட்டத்தில் பணியாற்றிய அனைத்து பணியாளர்களுக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்கள். பேச்சாளர்களுக்கும் மதிப்பீட்டாளர்களுக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். இப்பொழுது பொது மதிப்பீட்டாளர் என்னுடைய அறிக்கை. இந்த கூட்டம் ஒரு சிறந்த கூட்டம் என்று சொல்வேன். இந்த கூட்டம் வெற்றி அடைய போவது கூட்டம் தொடங்கிய உடனே உறுதியாகிவிட்டது. ஏன் அப்படி சொல்கிறேன் என்றால், குறித்த நேரத்தில் துவங்கியது. 4 மணிக்கு கரெக்டா கூட்டம் துவங்கியதே மிகப்பெரிய வெற்றி என்று நினைக்கிறேன். முதலில் இந்த கூட்டம் துவங்குவதற்கு உழைத்த அனைத்து பணியாளர்களுக்கும் வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இரண்டாவது, இந்த கூட்டம் ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி நிரலின்படி சென்றது. நிகழ்ச்சி நிரல் மிகவும் அருமையாக தயாரிக்கப்பட்டிருந்தது. அந்த நிகழ்ச்சி நிரலின்படி இந்த கூட்டம் செம்மையாக சென்றது என்று சொல்ல வேண்டும். மூன்றாவதாக, இந்த கூட்டத்திலிருந்து நிறைய நான் கற்றுக்கொண்டேன். டேக்அவே என்று ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்வோம் இல்லையா, அது போல இந்த கூட்டத்திலிருந்து எனக்கு நிறைய கற்றுக்கொண்டேன் என்று சொல்லலாம். பேச்சாளர்கள் முதல் பேச்சாளர் மிகவும் அருமையாக பேசினார். இரண்டாவது பேச்சிலிருந்து நாம் கற்றுக்கொண்டோம். இது இரண்டும் இல்லாமல் இன்று சிறப்பு பேச்சாளராக வந்த பழனியப்பன் அவர்களிடமிருந்து நாம் நிதி மேலாண்மை பற்றிய மிக அதிகமான விஷயங்களை கற்றுக்கொண்டோம். ஆகவே இந்த கூட்டம் ஒரு கற்றல் கூட்டம் என்றே சொல்ல வேண்டும். இருந்தாலும் இந்த கூட்டத்தை நாம் ஒரு சில இடங்களில் மேம்படுத்தியிருக்கலாம். அவை என்னவென்று சொல்கிறேன். வேர்ட் ஆஃப் த டே, இந்த வார்த்தையை கிராமரியன் அவர்கள் முதலிலேயே தமிழையும் சேர்த்து கூறியிருக்கலாம். இரண்டாவது, நேர காப்பாளர் இன்றைய கூட்டத்தில் அனைவருமே பிரசன்டேஷன் பயன்படுத்தினார்கள். ஆக நீங்கள் முன்பாகவே கொஞ்சம் திட்டமிட்டிருக்கலாம், ஒரு மணியை எடுத்து வந்திருக்கலாம் என்று நான் என்னுடைய கருத்து. மூன்றாவது ஏரியாஸ் ஆஃப் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் சொல்றதுக்கு நான் ஆங்கிலத்தில் தான் பேச வேண்டும். I felt that most of the speakers are felt uncomfortable in talking in Tamil. So this is the forum where you can talk both in Tamil and as well as English. So it is a bilingual club. If you speak in Tamil or if you even utter a word in Tamil in any of the other Toastmasters meeting, that will be taken as a feedback and given by the grammarian. But this is the forum where you can actually speak in Tamil. So I would have been much happier if some of you would have taken the opportunity to speak in Tamil and delivered a speech that would not be a perfect one, but still it's fine, just an attempt. On that note, I really appreciate all the speakers who attempted to speak in Tamil. மீண்டும் இந்த ஒரு கூட்டம் மிகவும் அருமையான கூட்டம். இந்த திருச்சி டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர்ஸ் மன்றத்துடன் இணைந்து செயலாற்றுவதில் நாங்கள் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி கொள்கிறோம் என்று சொல்லி மேடையை மீண்டும் நெறியாளரிடம் ஒப்படைக்கிறேன்.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Like you had a black mark, like தமிழில் பேசவில்லை என்பது, உங்களின் தமிழில் உரை செய்ய சொல்லவில்லை என்பது உங்களோட பிளாக் மார்க். அதை நான் வெள்ளை பிள்ளையாக மாற்றவிருக்கிறேன். ஒரு தமிழில் ஒரு சிறிய கதை சொல்லி இந்த அவையை முடித்து வைக்க பிரசிடென்ட்டிடம் கொடுக்கலாம் என்று. தமிழ் லைக் டங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் வரும் ஸ்டோரி. அதனால் ஸோ வைகோம் முகமது பஷீர் என்று ஒரு மலையாள எழுத்தாளர் உள்ளார். அவரை பற்றி யாருக்காவது தெரியுமா? அவருடைய ஒரு கதை, அதை இப்ப ரீசெண்டா படிச்சேன். அதனால அதை பத்தி அந்த கதையை வந்து உங்கள்கிட்ட பகிர்ந்துக்கலாம்னு ஒரு ஆசை இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அந்த கதை ஒரு சிறு கதை. அவர் வந்து 60வது வயதுல எழுதிட்டு இருக்காரு. அவருக்கு ஒரு பசி இருக்குது, எழுத்தாளர், அதனால பசி இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு இல்லை, பசிக்குது. சரி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பக்கத்துல வந்து ஒரு கடையை தேடி போறாரு. நடந்து போறாரு. ஒரு 5 கிலோமீட்டர்ல ஒரு கடையை பாக்குறாரு. அங்க போய் ஒரு மசால் தோசை சாப்பிட்றாரு. அவரு பஷீர் வந்து இந்த இதை எழுதும் போது அப்ப மசால் தோசையோட விலை வந்து 2 ரூபாய். எழுதிட்டு சாப்பிட்டு மசால் தோசை சாப்பிட்டு முடிச்சுட்டு கல்லாப்பட்டிக்கிட்ட வராரு. கைய பாக்கெட்ல விடுறாரு. பர்ஸை காணும். இதே மாதிரி பல பேரை வந்து அந்த கல்லாப்பட்டியில உட்காந்துருக்கவர் பார்த்திருப்பார். அதனால அவர் கேட்கிறாரு, என்ன பர்ஸை காணோமா, காக்கா தூக்கிட்டு போயிருக்கும் அப்படின்னு நக்கலா அவரை வந்து கிண்டல் பண்றாரு. உடனே அது வந்து இவரால தாங்கிக்க முடியல. இவருக்கு வந்து ஒரு பயம் உள்ளுக்குள்ள வருது. என்னாவது நம்மளை வந்து வேலை செய்ய வச்சிருவானோ, நம்மளை வந்து ஒரு மாவாட்ட வச்சிருவானோ, இல்ல ஏதாவது செய்ய வச்சிருவானோன்னு அவருக்குள்ள ஒரு எழுத்தாளனா ஒரு பயம் வருது. தான் வந்து பெரிய எழுத்தாளர், இந்தியாவே தூக்கி நிப்பாட்டினேன்ற ஒரு கர்வம் அவருக்குள்ள இருந்தது வந்து பயமா மாறுது. அப்ப வந்து சொல்றாரு, வேலைலாம் ஒண்ணும் செய்ய வேணாம், உன் சட்டை வேஷ்டியை கட்டி இங்க டேபிள் மேல வை அப்படின்னு அந்த ஓனர் சொல்றாரு. அவருக்கு ஒரே கூனி குறுகி தான் சட்டையை முதல்ல கழட்டுறாரு. கழட்டிட்டு அங்கிட்டு கழட்டி அந்த டேபிள் மேல வச்சுட்டு சுத்தி பாக்குறாரு. இங்க 70 மேற்பட்ட பேர் வந்து சாப்பிட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க. அவரையே கூர்ந்து கவனிச்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க, அடுத்து என்ன பண்ண போறாரு அப்படின்னு. அங்கிருந்து ஒருத்தர் கூட வந்து அந்த 2 ரூபா தானே நான் தரேன் அப்படின்னு யாரும் வந்து நிக்கல. எல்லாம் அவரே அடுத்து என்ன பண்ண போறான்னு ஆர்வமா, ஒரு கிரிக்கெட் மேட்ச் பாக்குற மாதிரி, அடுத்து 6ரா 4ரான்ற மாதிரி எல்லாம் ஆர்வமா அவரை வந்து கூர்ந்து கவனிச்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க. அடுத்து வேஷ்டி கழட்டி வை அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. அவருக்கு ஒன்னும் புரியல. அப்ப அங்கிருந்து வெளியில இருந்து ஒருத்தன் வந்து கிழிஞ்ச பனியன், ஒரு அழுக்கு லுங்கி போட்டு வந்து 2 ரூபா தானே நான் தரேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ரூபாய் தந்துட்டு வாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பஷீரை கூப்பிட்டு கையை பிடிச்சி கூப்பிட்டு போறான். அவரு தன்னோட வேஷ்டியை இறுக்கி கட்டிக்கிட்டு சட்டையை எடுத்துட்டு அவங்க கூட போறாரு. ஏன்பா இது பொல்லாத உலகம், இங்க நிறைய திருடர்கள்லாம் இருக்காங்க, ஜாக்கிரதையா இருக்கிறது இல்லையா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் ஒரு 10 பஸ் எடுக்கிறாரு. இதுல எது உன் பர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு அந்த அழுக்குலுங்கிக்காரர் கேட்கிறாரு. அப்பதான் ஒரு எழுத்தாளரா அவர் தெரியுது, அதுல என் பர்ஸ் இருக்கு, ஆனாலும் அதை எடுக்கிறதுக்கு என் மனசு வரல அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இதுல என் பர்ஸ் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லி அவனை அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுறாரு. பார்த்து இருப்பா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த அழுக்குலுங்கிக்காரன் நடந்து போறாரு. அப்புறமா அந்த எழுத்தாளர் யோசிக்கிறாரு, என்னடா அந்த அவரிடம் நம்ம பேரை கேட்கலையே, ஆனா அவன் பேர் கண்டிப்பா கருணையா தான் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு எழுதுறாரு. So the theme of 2 stories that I say is, don't judge a book by its cover. Be good to everybody. We never decide that we should be good or bad. We never think about that. We should be good or bad to a stranger. Always decide that we should be good to a stranger or a family person, a friend, whoever it may be. Be good to them, and you will have a mental health also in the same way that Priyadarshini said. A small help to a stranger could also improve your mental health. So be good to everyone. This or that, be always good. Over to the president to conclude this meeting.
With eudaimonic satisfaction, we are moving towards the conclusion. திருச்சீரமலை என்பது திருச்சிராப்பள்ளி, திருச்சிராப்பள்ளி இப்போ திருச்சி ஆகி உள்ளது. ஐ திங்க் நீங்கள்லாம் வந்து திருச்சி ரெசிடென்ஸ் நினைக்கிறேன். உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஹியூடமோனிக் கிளியோட ஒரு நியூஸ். திருச்சி இஸ் மை செகண்ட் நேட்டிவ். 82ல இருந்து 92 ஃபார்மசூட்டிக்கல் இந்த தில்லைநகர்ல இருக்க டாக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் அறிமுகமானவங்க. ஒரே ஒரு வேல்யூ அடிஷன், இந்த கிராமரியன் ரிப்போர்ட் சொல்லும்போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வேர்ட் அண்ட் தீம் சொன்ன நபர்களை சொல்லிட்டு தென் யூ கேன் பர்டிகுலரைஸ் த குட் யூசேஜ், அதை லிஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம். பிகாஸ் அது ஒரு ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு ஹாப்பி, அந்த ஈகோவை எலிவேட் பண்ணும். அண்ட் ஏரியாஸ் ஆஃப் கரெக்ஷனை ஜெனரலைஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ தட் இஸ் அ நார்மல் ப்ரோட்டோகால் இன் Toastmasters. So happy to be with Trichy Toastmasters. பர்டிகுலர் எல்லாரையும் நாங்கள் இருகரம் கொண்டு வரவேற்கிறோம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் உங்களது 4ல இருந்து 6, எங்களது 5ல இருந்து 7. 6 முடிஞ்சவொடனே நீங்கள் டக்குன்னு உடனே கனெக்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். இங்கே சென்னை பர்டிகுலராக இந்த லதா லிசனர் அவர்களை இருகரம் கொண்டு வரவேற்கிறோம். தமிழில் நல்லா பேசுறீங்க, இன்னும் புலமையோடு பேசுவதற்கு ஒரு உரிமையோடு சொல்கிறேன். வாருங்கள், வந்து எங்களோடு இணையுங்கள். தட் இஸ் மெம்பர் ஆஃப் டியூவல் மெம்பர்ஷிப். ஓகே, a warm and pleasant welcome to you. சரி, we will have a quick feedback. I think சில பேர்லாம் போயிட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அருண் கெஸ்ட் இல்லையா? அருண் அவர்கள் இருக்கிறீர்களா?
Yes sir.
உங்களுடைய கருத்துக்கள் எப்படி இருந்தது மீட்டிங்? How do you feel?
Yeah, I felt good. It was good. எனக்கு பிடிச்சது ஆக்சுவலி. என் தமிழ் அவ்வளோ கொஞ்சம் வீக். எனக்கு தமிழ் முன்னாடி சொல்லிடுறேன். இட்ஸ் மிக்ஸ் வித் மலையாளம். ஸோ that's the problem. பட் அதனால நான் ட்ரை பண்றேன் நான் தமிழ்ல பேசுறதுக்கு. But yeah, it was overall எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது. The way things were carried out, it is systematic, and yeah, it's first Toastmasters experience for me, and it was good for me. So yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah, and also I think I would like to it was really good, the Shark Tank part. I really loved that part. It was really interactive and things, and yeah, that's the takeaway. That was the best. I liked the most out of the meeting.
தமிழுக்கும் மலையாளக்கும் உள்ள வித்தியாசம், மூக்கை கொஞ்சம் மூடிக்கிட்டு தமிழ் பேசணும், மலையாளம் இந்த கையை எடுத்துட்டா அது தமிழ். அவ்வளவுதான். நெக்ஸ்ட் வாரியர்னு ஒரு நேம் பார்த்தேன், இருக்கீங்களா? ஸ்ரீ சசி வாரியர்.
Yes sir.
Yes, Sasi வாரியர்.
Yes, I'm not a guest.
Oh, you're not a guest. So TR. Okay, TR இருந்தனால சரி, இருந்தாலும் உங்களோட ஒப்பீனியன் கொடுங்க பார்க்கலாம்.
It was a great meeting. Enjoyed every bit of it. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் தமிழ் இருந்திருக்கலாமேன்னு தோணுச்சு. Maybe one speaker could have been in Tamil. Yes.
ஒரு ஸ்பீக்கர் தமிழ்ல இருந்திருக்கலாம். And
மட்டும் இல்ல, இந்த டேபிள் டாபிக்ஸ் அதுல வந்து ஒரு சிலர் வந்து தமிழ்ல பேசியிருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு எனக்கு தோணுச்சு.
இல்ல அவங்களுக்கு அந்த சகாரிக்காவுக்கு முன்கூட்டி சொல்லியிருந்தா வேணாலும் அவங்க தமிழ்ல டாபிக்ஸ் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கலாம், அது பண்ணிருக்கலாம்.
That was only my opinion.
Anybody else?
Hi, thanks for the opportunity.
Dr. Bhargavi, RMRP Foods. டாக்டர், நீங்க மெடிக்கல் டாக்டரா இல்ல PhD டாக்டர்? நீங்க அன்மியூட் பண்ணணும். யூ ஆர் மியூட்டட்.
சார் வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
என்னோட இனிஷியல் MPR ஃபுட்ஸ்ங்கிறது என்னுடைய கம்பெனி பெயர். ரொம்ப சிறப்பா இருந்தது. நான் வந்து ஒரு 2 மணி நேரம் மணித்துளிகள் வந்து ரொம்ப பயனுள்ளதாக இன்னைக்கு வந்து நான் நினைக்கிறேன். நன்றிகள் பல இன்னைக்கு. அதுவும் வந்து ரொம்ப நல்ல தமிழ் வந்து ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு இந்த ஒரு ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்கு. நன்றி.
வாருங்கள், நீங்க ட்ரிச்சி டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர்ல உங்களை இணைச்சிக்கலாம். எந்த டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டருக்கு வேணாலும் விசிட் பண்ணலாம். எங்க கிளப்பை நீங்க வந்து நாங்க 5ல இருந்து 6:30, 7 வரைக்கும் மீட் பண்றோம். ஸோ நீங்க ஃபியூச்சர் மீட்டிங்ஸ் எதிர்காலத்தில் வந்து கலந்துக்கலாம். டேபிள் டாபிக்ஸ் தமிழ்ல பேசலாம்.
கண்டிப்பா. நன்றி.
ரைட். எனிபடி எல்ஸ்? ரைட். ட்ரிச்சி டோஸ்ட் மாஸ்டர்ல யாராவது ஒருத்தர் கொஞ்சம் சமப் பண்ணலாம். இளஞ்செழியன் ஆர் ராகவன் ஆர் பிரியன். மைத்திலி அவருக்கு DTM மைத்திலி, உங்க ஒப்பீனியன், ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் ஆஃப் TTC.
ஓகே, தேங்க் யூ so much டோஸ்ட்மாஸ்டர் பட்டாபிராமன். சாரி, எனக்கும் தமிழுக்கும் ரொம்ப தூரம், ஆனாலும் ஐ வில் ட்ரை டு மிக்ஸ் டு ஸ்பீக் இன் போத் தி லாங்குவேஜஸ். ரொம்பவே நல்லா இருந்தது. எனக்குமே ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு இவ்வளோ தமிழ் அட் அ ஸ்ட்ரெச் கேட்குறேன் நான். பிகாஸ் எங்க வீட்டிலே வந்து it's always a combination of English and Tamil, more of English than Tamil, but it was a wonderful meeting. And after the first joint meeting that we had with 4 clubs earlier, this is better than that, I must say, because it was more of fun and so much of learning. And I must say kudos to everybody in Tamizhootru Solvendargal. I'm sorry, I'm not able to get that. The other Toastmasters Club in taking so much of effort to ally with us and have this meeting. It is definitely so much to learn from clubs like you, and people do understand that it's not only English speaking that is very important. It's also important. Oratory is so important in any language you would like to express. After all, it's a matter of expression. So thank you so much. Very, very nice. Very, very good. Suganti Periyasamy, thank you very much for this initiative. I heard you were also responsible for Suganti. Is like family for us, and she's the mentor to our club. So she's just one amongst us. Thank you very much for always keeping us under your wing, I must say, even now. Thank you.
Great, wonderful. Tamil Mandram Club நாங்க மன்றம்னு குறிப்பிடுறோம். நீங்க பிளான் பண்ணுங்க. Maybe we can even think of a bilingual club at Trichy, center of Tamil Nadu. அங்க இருந்து வந்து அப்புறம் மதுரை, திருநெல்வேலி, நாகர்கோவில்லாம் போயிடலாம். Okay. I think 2 போல் இருக்கா சுகந்தி?
லதாவை தலைவியா போட்டுடலாம் அதுக்கு.
கண்டிப்பா போடுங்க, பொருத்தமான ஆள் அவங்கதான். I can come back to my second native, offer my support. I'm கொஞ்சம் contacts எல்லாம் இருக்கு.
Yeah, maybe I can brush my Tamil skills இங்க. சுகந்தி, நான் பேச போறேன் தமிழ்ல. ஓகே,
brush மாத்திரம் இல்ல, you can wear the robe of Tamil.
I can. Okay. I can definitely try.
I think evaluation poll and the best tag role. Quick அதை fill up பண்ணிடுங்க. அடுத்து எவாலுவேஷன் இருக்கா சுகந்தி?
இல்ல, எவாலுவேஷன் இல்ல, பெஸ்ட் ரோல் பிளேயர் இருக்கு.
இல்ல, எவாலுவேஷன் fill up பண்ணியாச்சா?
ஒரு எவாலுவேட்டர் தான். The other one was time disqualified.
ஓஹோ, ரைட், ஓகே.
பட்டாபிராமன் அவர்களே, தடங்களுக்கு வருந்துகிறோம்.
சொல்லுங்க.
என் பெயர் இல்லை என்று சொல்ல வந்தேன், பெயர் வந்துவிட்டது. நன்றி.
இல்ல இன்சிடென்ட்டா என்னோட ஒய்ஃப் நேம் வந்து புஷ்பலதா. Okay, right, done. So I will announce the result in a few minutes. இது வந்து 5th Cross Streetல இருக்கா? நீங்க physical meeting attend பண்ணப்போ, I mean organize பண்ணது. தில்லை நகர்ல. ராகவன்?
Yes.
இல்ல உங்க அந்த location physical meeting நீங்க நடத்துறீங்க.
It's at Trichy Plus. Our physical meetings are normally at Trichy Plus, where I think Savitri and Shiva, they are not there. They are a part of Trichy Plus, so they are generous enough to loan us, give us the room there.
ஒரு வென்ஸ்டேல மீட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். சண்டே மாறி நடக்குது.
Sunday and Wednesday.
Alternate. In fact, ஒரு வென்ஸ்டே மீட்டிங் நான் மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். உங்க பிரசிடென்ட் கிட்ட பேசின சமயம் திருச்சி வந்திருந்தேன். பட் என்னால கலந்துக்க முடியல.
So are we summing up now with the polls, President?
Yes. Suganti will send me announce the result to me.
Ilanjarian, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and display the results, and DTM Patabi will announce them.
Sure, let me share my screen.
Okay. So the best speaker award goes to Corroborate, Elaborate, and Collaborate. DTM Patabi L. Raman. Next, the best table topic speaker goes to Avan. யாராவது first part fill up பண்ண முடியுமா? Second part Avan முடியும். யாராவது முடியும்? Avan Raghavan. Okay, best table topic speaker. Let's move on. The second best table topic speaker. அந்த பேர்லயே ஒரு நல்ல மனம் இருக்கும். ரொம்ப சுகந்தமான ஒரு மனம். அந்த பெயருக்குரிய நபர் DTM சுகந்தி. Next, best role player அவர்கள். ரொம்ப very coincidental. பாருங்க ஏல்னா இருக்கும். If the L represents listen, another L represents Lata. So it goes to the listener, Toastmaster Lata. And the second best role player, அவங்க போயிட்டாங்க டைம் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, you can convey that to her, Sagarika, the table topics master, as the second best role player. Okay, right, you can stop sharing.
The best evaluator is Toastmaster Bharat.
Yeah, unanimous. Toastmaster Bharat is the best evaluator.
Best acting role player is Toastmaster Raghavan.
Oh, best acting role player is Toastmaster Raghavan. Good, great. In fact, you look very handsome with a nice beard. I like your beard. Thin beard that enhances your, the feature charm of your features.
February effects.
Yeah. So we have come to the conclusion part on this positive, pleasant, and productive note. I'm adjourning the meetings of both Tamizhootru Chennai Solvendargal Mandram and Trichy Toastmasters Club to next week. And the recording